Right, let's get this shit underway. Right. This should be fun. What are you up to, Asif?
Not much.
You
Just
still
waiting mostly for the stream to pop up.
You still doing you what, sorry?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the death battle, pretty much.
Nice. I was gonna say it should have popped up notification wise, although maybe it hasn't.
Well, I mean on Discord as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll just chill for a little bit, wait for people to come in.
How are we doing?
Not so bad, thanks. What about you,
All
Nick?
good.
Not much. College is almost over for the semester right now, so
Decent.
summer vacation is right around the corner.
Excellent. You're at a pep rally right now? Cool, dude. Who do you want to win this fight? Genuinely...
It's not a matter of one, it's a matter of who do you think should win.
I don't think... I genuinely don't know shit about Despicable Me. It's just not my thing in the slightest. I remember Megamind being pretty overpowered. Mostly due to the Metro Man scaling. But then again, Megamind doesn't really scale to Metro Man. He does and he doesn't. Like...
Yeah.
Because it's implied in, like, source material and shit that, like, Megamind, like, stood no chance against Metro Man, like, even with his crazy-ass inventions, so...
Yeah.
If anything, that kind of upscales Metro Man, but, you know.
Well, the only time that you can really count it is his fights against Titan, but Titan is not that bright.
Well, it's like, Titan isn't even that powerful, relatively speaking. Like, unironically, he's, like, billions of times weaker than Metro Man. Because he was...
Wait, what do you mean he's weaker?
Considering it was literally, like, Metro Man's dandruff. Like, that small speck of DNA that gave Titan his powers. Like,
no, it's implied that he got the full effect of Metro Man's powers, like, he wasn't any weaker.
I don't really buy that, I'll be honest.
Well, it's like Megamind, like, concedes that he can't beat him in a straight-up fight.
Well, the issue that I have with that is, like, Megamind, Metro Man is implied to have had, like, no issues at all with Metro Man. So it's like, if you have Titan, presumably, like, not holding back...
Well, no, the main reason he thinks that is because he knows Metro Man is a hero that will take him to jail. The reason he was scared of Titan is because Titan doesn't... Like, he was willing to kill him.
Well, no, but, like, if Metro Man faced, like, no difficulty with any of Megamind's schemes, and if Titan was, like, as powerful as if he was as powerful as Metro Man, he would have just blitzed and one-shot, like, Megamind instantly. So it's like, that's...
I mean, they outright say that he could have. He's just...
Well, it's like, Titan's a dick, and he's also a dumbass. It's like, I don't even think he's capable of holding back, outside of that one time when he fucking... whatchamacallit, he, like, joked around. Also,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he doesn't hold back, but he's
also,
not very skilled with his powers.
I'd also point out as well that when... what's-his-face... when he used, like, the watch to imitate Metro Man's powers, he was able to blitz Titan multiple times. And at that point, I swear, why do they have to have such similar damn names? I keep fucking it up. And at that point, Megamind was holding back. because he wasn't trying to beat Titan, he was trying to scare him out of the city, which almost worked. The problem is he slightly fucked up with his pronunciation of the word metrocity. But yeah, I'm ready
no, it's like Metro Man never says metrocity. That's how he picked it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He said Metro City the only way that Megamind says it. Because metrocity sounds like atrocity. And atrocity is evil. Yeah, I'm ready to get going, so... We never really see them fight, so it's kind of up to interpretation. Well, the reason why he retires in the film, Megamind, is because he was bored. Like, he had, like, no challenge. It's like, that's... You know, that's kind of the implication you get.
Well, I also think the other implication is that he never got to decide who he wanted to be.
Wasn't that also due to the fact that Megamind had a jetpack, which is why he was able to blitz Titan? Well, yeah, and that proves my point, because he couldn't blitz Metro Man. Like, we even see when Metro Man is just chilling.
Megamind.
But it's like, Metro Man, even when he was chilling, it's like he was blitzing everyone. He had, like, a fucking midlife crisis in the span of, like, a microsecond.
A second.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, Megamind was statued from his perspective, so it's like... There is quite a lot of evidence to suggest that Titan is massively weaker than Metro Man. But, Titan's just a giant incel. Yeah, he's like a... He's like a ranting for vengeance if he had his hair stuck up.
I'm just gonna make the simple joke. He should have brought the forget me stick.
Imagine if he did. Imagine if that's how he actually won.
Oh, right. like just the smack to his head.
I genuinely don't know shit about Gru, so like, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, and of course, everyone's jump. Puffer, where's Puffer? Where's our Puffy King? He's chilling. He's here. Hang on.
Flubbles.
But like from what I can remember, Gru's scaling depends on how you rank its enemies.
He's here. Oh, fuck's sakes, the camera's gonna out of focus.
Flubble. You'll love to see it.
Have you watched any of the Despicable Me movies? I watched the first one when it came out a lot of years ago, but it's like I've not seen the others.
I've only seen one to 3 and the Minions movie. That's it. I have not watched it up to that.
I tell you what I have saw. I saw the fight scene where I want to say it's the second one. It's the one with purple minions. I think that's the second one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because this like big buff fucker like takes the purple juice and then he like becomes like the Hulk. I think that's the second one. Is the third one is when he meets his brother, isn't it? And his brother's like a complete wet wipe.
Yeah, I don't like the third one.
I don't even remember. Was there a fourth one?
There's a fourth one, yeah. I haven't even watched it. I didn't even care to.
I didn't even realize there was a fourth one. I'm gonna be real.
And there's a second Minions movie. Honestly, you're better off watching the first and second one.
Nice.
That's it.
Right. Well, let's I'll stream it as well on Discord. So.
All right.
His name is El Macho. Nice.
Yeah, El
Apparently
Macho.
he survived the volcano, but
also,
he
faked it.
Despicable.
He said he faked his death in that movie, didn't he?
Despicable Me lore is crazy. Well, this is the thing. I'm expecting there to be... Because I remember... Is it in the first movie? Doesn't he, like, shrink the moon into, like, a tennis ball or some shit?
Yeah.
It's like, he has done some pretty crazy things. So I guess based off of that, Gru would win. But then again, Megamind has the Death Ray, which is, like, the full power of the sun.
Also, you remember his gun that can turn you into a cube?
The dehydration gun.
Who the fuck has that?
Megamind.
Oh, Megamind. That sounds like... I'm gonna be completely honest. Either one of them could have had that weapon, and I would have believed you. Like...
Yeah, dehydration gun.
I mean, Gru has the fart gun.
Dehydration gun.
For some reason, the AI didn't read out your comment, which I'm a bit upset about. I'll read it out myself. Thank you for the $5 though, Bankai. Doesn't Metro Man operate more off of toon logic than proper superhero scaling? Well,
no,
I feel like toon logic is a bit of a cop-out answer, because it's like, I don't know.
Well, it's like Metro Man is more like Superman, whereas like the minions are more cartoon logic.
Yeah,
and Despicable Minions.
If that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know who could win. I mean, I feel like Megamind has better weapons, but Gru is like, I don't know. It's true. But then again, in the thumbnail, it looks as though he has Minion and the Minions. So it's a bit of a weird sentence, but right. Let's without further ado, let's get into this. The video's muted.
Gru versus Megamind.
You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero.
He's whizzed out.
The one thing that I am happy about, I'm happy that Megamind is getting, like, respect in 2026. Like, Megamind is one of the best, like, superhero movies. Like, Megamind is kind of up there with The Incredibles. It's like, Pixar has The Incredibles, DreamWorks has, Megamind, yeah.
And Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I've never seen that movie and I never will. Oh, you should. Megamind is amazing.
Evil never dies. It merely goes dormant,
what makes you say
waiting
never?
for a villain to arise and spread its name to the darkest corners of the earth.
Like a man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes balloon animals for...
See, whenever someone talks about Gru, I always think of Rowan Atkinson. Do you know who Rowan Atkinson is? My non-British viewers. He's Mr. Bean. The actor who plays Mr. Bean.
Oh, Mr. Bean.
Yeah, whenever I think of Gru, I just think of him. I think of Mr. Bean as a villain. Like, that's what I think of.
A man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes...
He's like Mr. Bean as a villain.
And then pops them in their face.
Megamind has a suit that mimics everything Metro Man can do, including his durability. With this in mind, could Megamind have won against Metro Man?
DJ Turntable, thank you for the $5. Megamind has a suit that mimics everything Metro Man can do, including his durability. With this in mind, could Mega Man have won against Metro Man? I don't know.
That suit's made after the film.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know shit about Gru, so like I'm learning as we go along. So like, I mean, Mr. Bean solos both, but you know.
What a despicable man!
The world would surely tremble at his name, Gru.
I love... This is the one thing I remember about Despicable Me, the amount of memes that were made from this. I remember making so many racist memes regarding, like, Echo and Jess and, like, Cards Against Humanity with this one meme.
Oh, God.
Like,
now I kind of want to see them.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was COD Zombies related as well.
Oh.
It was beautiful. Yeah, this is the one thing I know about Despicable Me, is the fucking memes that came up from this. Hey, AT Rider, how you doing, buddy? How's everyone doing anyways? Like, out of 10, how was your week? Mine was a solid 0, but today's been pretty good, so I've enjoyed myself today.
Really? Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or...
I love cartoon logic. My man is, like, massive, and yet he has, like, twig legs.
Like, doctorate or... You know?
Felonious Gru, son of the supervillain known as the Bald Terror.
Oh man, he's so dead.
Even as a small child, Gru had big aspirations. He could make rocket bikes, cheese rays, and this dog?
And his
my man has a
arsenal
fucking
grew
cheese
even
gun.
more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr. Nefario. See? Now that's a
What the fuck am I
supervillain name.
watching?
Come on, man.
With Nefario's help, Gru's gadgets grew gadgets. Flamethrowers, sticky fingers, fantastic entertainment for 2-year-olds, and a fully
guns.
weaponized airship. Though I must question this thing's aerodynamics.
It's loaded up with wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles.
Despite the impressive
I love how the entire ship has fuck all in it except missiles. I love it.
firepower, Gru's go-to weapons.
Well, let's try freeze it on the moment.
Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles.
Got nothing in it except missiles. That's amazing.
Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
With his gadgets and gusto combined, and a little teaching from the School of Villainy, Gru started making strides in the
Fucking froze his head.
underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid, nabbed the New York City Jumbotron just for fun, and even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty.
And
From
the moon.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face.
The line dividing genius from moron
What the fuck is that?
is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the genius between us.
Regardless, while Gru may not have been the infamous villain he'd hoped, he did.
Bro, how durable is he? Like, he was frozen, the ice broke, and his body was just chilling. Like, my man's durable as hell.
Earlier.
Riff, did you see the Resident Evil movie trailer? I haven't, no.
Earn the loyalty
I'll have a look
of
at it at some
few
point.
Guys.
They say it's gonna be
Guaranteed.
like the Fallout series.
Guaranteed
where
you'll have
it's not depicting any of the characters.
Guaranteed you'll have morons be like, oh, the Resident Evil movie woke, which I'll be able to have a look at.
Guys,
Yeah, guys, like little guys. There's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, Otto, Billy, Larry, John,
Bullshit, they all have their own names. They are the minions.
Liam,
Yeah,
Chad.
they have-
oh, the Minions! And that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species.
Right, the minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago, and they all follow one instinct: to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever
AI artists. I love it. Okay, that's a solid joke.
their grubby little eyes
That's
on,
one.
or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the minions have incidentally caused
Have you never watched Despicable Me? I've only watched the first one when it came out. Like, I don't know shit about Despicable Me.
the death of their own bosses is staggering.
Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England?
What about it?
Nothing.
The minions witnessed
Oh,
Gru's
fuck.
villainy firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J. 'Cause
So basically, Gru is Hitler, and they're all, like, Nazis. It's the first thing that came to mind.
Minions actually served Hitler. Oh my god.
Could you
Well, it makes
imagine
you
if
think that
could you
Gru's
imagine
no
if the
longer a
minions
villain,
actually
yet the
did
minions will
follow
follow him.
Hitler? That'd be fucking wild plot twist. You cannot tell me that these guys did not come from the Simpsons universe with skin that yellow. Like, they 100% they came from the fucking... Das eines Gotans, mein Gru, you are leader.
Gru,
Oh,
these
dear.
guys do machines.
The minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted
What the fuck? What? What? Adrienne, Alakazam, Andre, Albert, Alvin, Alex, Barry, Bart, Benny, Bill, Billy, Creative, Bob, Brad, Brett, Brian, Bruno, Toxic Brian, Buck, Carl, Chad,
Brian.
Charlie, Chris, Chinker, Clark, Claude. So many, what the fuck?
light bulbs and
Chinko, I thought-
instruments while living in the Arctic. So, naturally, building Gru's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They
The minions built the Berlin Wall. Yeah, and then they went on to build Trump's wall. We gotta get the yellow man, build the wall.
once pulled off a jailbreak
You
by
thought he was referring to the Chinese. Wrong. He was referring to the minions.
building a flying machine.
The minions versus Puffer. No. Puffer would.
Yeah, Puffer would still solo.
Out of prison outfits, vans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which means Kevin is 3 billion years old.
And their numbers keep increasing.
Why Kevin?
Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
And yet, in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course. But these guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Gru still couldn't cut it as a supervillain. Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good, but not before taking a chance at his ultimate dream.
Steal the moon!
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really?
Oh, that makes so much sense. The moon. That's where that meme came from. I understand now.
The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a new, even more despicable weapon.
Children. Specifically, adopting 3 girls. And somehow it worked! Crime of the century, here we go!
How tragic.
Kind of sounds a little sus out of context. A giant, bald man stealing kids. Like, he is 100% a child molester.
That through all the dance recitals and unicorns, Gru discovered the joys of fatherhood.
Oh, story of my life. God, I'm so proud of her. Anyway, out with the villain and in with the bedtime stories.
But even though he turned...
Like a supervillain kidnapping kids. Like, I'm not, like, I didn't make it, they did.
You can't be the only one.
I didn't make it, they did.
He adopted them.
What does him being bald have to do with anything? Because bald people are sus. They shave their heads so they can reflect the light of the sun off their heads and set fire to fuckers.
Gru wasn't done commanding his minion
Thank
army.
God Ryan
Now
there.
he'd just do it as not a villain.
Like, look at his head. He could balance his fucking tax disc on it. Could balance all sorts on his head. Stole the moon, punched out a shark, survived being eaten by a shark, stole the crown jewels of England, tanked a point-blank missile explosion, defeated Victor, El Macho, Brat Balthazar, Maxine Lamouth. The fuck are these I love how it's like kinda normal with Vector, and then we just go on to Bartholomew Zavisha 6. Just the villain names just get more crazy.
Joining the anti-villain league.
The AVL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines and high-tech cars, and some great date nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
5 minions even underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than...
See, here's the thing. Off the top of my head, I think they're gonna say that Gru wins because of the minions. Like, they're gonna give him, like, all of the minions. I know that they're, like, useless. But, like, I feel like they're gonna say he wins because of the minions.
Before the Mega Minions.
Fuck are those things? Hang on. Hang on. What?
Well, then before the Mega Minions.
What the Whoops. Like, what are these specimens? It's like the Sinister Six right here. Chat, Sinister Six versus the Mega Minions.
Tim stretches.
Fantastic Four versus the Mega Minions.
Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible
He just
brick
walked through the
monster who
fucking
eats
wall.
live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mel's new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side in less than a second.
What
Calculating
the
its speed
What?
across the Earth, that's 5% the speed of light.
So, Gru's true calling wasn't being a villain at all. He's an anti-villain, and he's good at it too. This guy can dodge heat-seeking missiles and casually punch.
Is this guy's entire gimmick, I'm gonna rid the world of evil so I can be the only villain? Like, I've not seen Despicable Me. Is that what Gru is?
No.
Like,
No.
oh, well, never mind. I thought I was clever. Never mind, I'll just go kill myself.
out a shark in one shot, all because he was in full dad mode.
But the most incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, Felonious Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button! Okay,
Okay, we'll just fast forward slightly. Well, fuck you and fuck your promotions. Also, I can't. I actually hate the. Hang on.
Being a member gets all sorts of extra goodies and behind the scenes stuff, but the important thing is,
I can't get. He actually looks like someone I work with. Like, funnily enough. Like, that specific image is kind of cursed, but...
On a grim, dark day, the city...
Right, we've got a fucking Megamind
the
now.
Megamind segment.
The fucking blue noggin is coming up.
Citizens of Metro City learned the horrifying answer to that question when their hero, their Metro Man, was lost forever. Bested by the fearsome supervillain destined for greatness, Megamind.
Cause if your rivals...
Wait, what was the caption? Incredibly handsome, criminal genius, and master of all villainy. Yeah, why not?
Cause if your rival's name is gonna be that on the nose, you better match that energy. Their feud goes way back to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style, and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars. What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
It wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit for the Metrocity prison for the criminally gifted.
Metro City.
But while everyone outside bars
the
loved that
criminally
new kid who
gifted.
could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents.
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Sounds kinda like you. Megamind is a genius inventor, creating weapons to stage prison breaks before he could even talk.
It does sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavellian in the ways of wrongdoing, he got to work on his...
I love bold.
Oh.
I just
Alright.
noticed that bold is one of his background descriptions.
Okay, hang on a minute. You're telling me that you're using Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate and the TV show as part of this?
Wait, what?
Like those TV shows just dumb him down immensely.
Oh boy. Okay.
They're not even made by the actual
Prime
DreamWorks
starting
animation
career,
studio. They're made by a
facing
TV
off
company.
with his destined rival over and over
So you can't even
again.
use it as
Megamind's
legitimate.
got everything he
Yeah.
needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hoverbike for flying and shooting.
I love the fact that he has an invisible car and half the time he fucking loses it. Like, what a legend.
At the same time, if he can multitask, lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and more galore.
But his go-to is the D
So wait, they
gun,
mentioned
a
the
laser
suit, but they
pistol
don't use it?
They mentioned what, sorry?
The suit that copies all Metro Man's powers. They mention it,
Car
but
for
they don't
getaways,
use it.
assuming he can find the thing.
You say it when it
hoverbike
says
for
you have to-
flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and more
That
galore.
suit.
That,
No, you-
wait, which one? Wait, what?
It was
Oh,
it was
but
a
that-
hit and miss it. No, the very last clip from this one.
Oh, fair enough.
But his go-to is the D gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as
Debilitation, dehydration.
destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity thing.
I wouldn't expect a guy calling him.
What other D things can we have? Chat, make. I've got a new goal for you. Make the funniest D effect. Do it. Oh, god damn it! We've already got a load here. De-balance, decelerate, decoupage, de-eat freeze, nailed it. De-gravity, dehydrate, delete, de-lock, demobilizer, debilitate,
Derangement.
demoralize, disintegrate. That's pushing it a bit. De-sticky, destroy. D's nuts. Alright, whoever said D's nuts, you win. It's not getting any better than that. So, someone immediately said D's nuts. You've been waiting your entire life to make that joke. Like, don't even lie. Like, your entire life is now, like, meaningless. You peaked right there, my guy, with that joke. Like, well done. Get this man a freaking sandwich.
Himself Megamind to have the best name ideas with.
Just no hesitation. You immediately went for the D's nuts. Alright, fair enough. I love it. I fucking love I love my community.
He probably based the entire...
Just when I give up hope on humanity, like with ranting for vengeance and shit, I can always count on you guys to make the most... I still can't get over that fucking... In the Resident Evil 4 stream, what was it? Foreskin shavings.
Clippings.
Foreskin clippings. The fucking... Someone's YouTube name is Foreskin Clippings. I can't get over that.
Yeah, A-Faith, I don't think you weren't there for that.
No, he was.
I was.
It was
Wait, was it?
legendary.
Well, I wasn't there for that part though.
Oh, that was the most I've laughed in a while.
Thing around his favorite setting, dehydration, which turns people and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the Brain Bots. These mini-mechs follow Megamind's every command, even pulling off the most incredible drone show you've ever seen in your life.
Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000
Spider-Man Far From Home stole from this. You cannot change my mind.
brain bots. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his brain bots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's
Puffer!
proper minion.
Rift, who do you think wins? I mean, I know more about Megamind, but it's like... Fucking Gru does seem pretty OP with, like, the Mega Minions. How they can, like, laser through the whole planet. Like, that's no joke right now. I can't... This entire video just, like... I feel like you should be stoned and watch this video. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, I kind of want to respond to this and debunk it. I don't know shit about either character, but, like... I want to just respond to this video and, like, it'll be good.
Minion serves many roles for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne.
what the fuck? Where did his hand come
Fish
from?
friend you could have in your plans
What the fuck? Why?
to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it!
Roxanne Ritchie. Oh, Lois Lane. Got it. RRLL. Got it.
Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And he had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind even trained him himself, using his disguise generator and expert
If
acting.
Megamind doesn't win, it's Cap. Oh dear. Well, I don't know. Like, we'll see.
Skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan turned tyrant, Metrocity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City.
Titanville. Fucking loser.
Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers. Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts.
So it's like, I love how this guy is so good at being a villain that he even tricked people into thinking he was a hero. Like, this man is just built different. Also, again, what the fuck is his body proportions? His head is bigger than his legs.
This is
Titan
the
was
TV
strong
show.
enough to toss
Don't
around
think
a
about it.
skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being
I thought he was gonna say busting a nut. I'm so sorry.
surprisingly stealthy.
And with quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well. The bad guy always loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind
Yeah,
took
true.
his new role as the city's hero seriously.
Yeah.
He
They
even built
mentioned
a
it
suit
too,
that mimicked
but he
Metro
doesn't
Man's
use it.
strength, flight, and
Good
X-ray
luck.
vision.
Now, the
Vaporized a building, dodged electric. That is true. He's surprisingly fast. Turned the Atlantic Ocean into jelly. Oh yeah, they're gonna talk about all of his like off-screen feats. His Binky destroyed a 10-mile destroyed a 10-mile meteor. Nailed it. Technologically raised all of Metro City into space. Suits survived hits from Metro Man and Titan. In another timeline, reformed Titan and the Doom Syndicate.
D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the Death Ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum.
Old chum.
Ignore that. Ignore that.
Hey, old chum.
Not canon. Not canon. Not
That's a
canon.
big fish.
Don't
Hey,
make it
old
fucking-
chum.
Just ignore that.
He's still Minion. Fuck you.
He is Minion.
It's like calling Pupper Oi Jum.
Hello
Jum
there.
Jum.
Oh, sport.
I don't think he liked that.
Level.
Hence the point. Don't
Old
call
Jum.
Minion Oi Jum.
Fuck.
Of some other Minion-related thing.
What? You mean
Old
the yellow
chum.
guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds delicious. I'm still gonna come.
They got sued because he was called Minion. They didn't. The motherfuckers did a Nintendo. They sued him because they sued Luigi because Mario. Oh, bloody
Call
hell.
him Minion. You can't break up this duo.
Even as Megamind uses his tools for good.
Well, no, that's the TV show. They had to do it because they're using a licensed character.
Oh my god.
But
That's why they
destruction
changed
still
his
tends
name.
to be inevitable, to the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle
Why are we
would
talking about
receive
the
a
Doom
free cup of
Syndicate?
coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. At least the brain bots are covering all the cleanup. It's a messy job being a superhero, but Megamind's finally found his purpose. Even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not without
I hate
some
that.
self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun
Imagine
on your
taking a
hip.
near.
Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, say
Oh, do they character assassinate him by making him an idiot?
Yeah, they character
Self-induced.
assassinate him.
Yes.
Like the whole
Yeah,
movie
which-
is bad.
Let's have a listen to this.
is like 6 of him.
Though not without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun on your hip. Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep him going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Metrocity.
It's Metro City!
I mean, I don't know. I like Megamind. It sucks that he only got one good film and then everything else was kind of mid. Like, I don't know.
It
Like,
wasn't made. It was shit.
yeah,
It
that as
wasn't made, it
well.
was dog.
I was being generous, but man. Megamind 2 was written by the same writers who made Sonic Forces. I know, right?
Good one.
Call me Gordon Ramsay the way I cook. Fair enough.
Wiz, what
He's
happened
nuts.
to you? You look funny and squishy.
I'm over here, Boomstick.
Death
That's
Battle
the new Death Battle
plushies.
plush.
Man, we got Death Battle plushies before GTA 6. Like, legend. Oh, I really want Megamind to win, but I feel like he isn't, because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he has like this really OP weapon, but he just isn't gonna use it against Gru. Because of this fucking stupid TV show. Oh man. But I'm looking forward to the actual fight animation, so let's get to it.
Combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a
What the What?
It's time.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
That Will Ferrell dressed up as Megamind.
He looks like
on
he looks like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family, and he
also
needs some
kinda looks like
help.
Dr. Evil.
Like he needs help. He looks like one of those fucking zombies from RE9. The ones with like the massive foreheads. The fuck is that? Oh no, I have no words. That's perfect.
For a death battle!
I have no words. Okay, they're just jumping right in with it. Okay.
Minions, prep the artillery! We're not letting him get away!
But he does not sound like that. Please tell me he doesn't sound like that.
He doesn't.
No, this is the death battle.
And here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys!
Well, yeah, but it's like...
Oh,
Minion, I'm going to need a new pair of pants. Sending you these.
I love how he just doesn't care.
Take this!
Disintegrate. 100% brick. Crashing into us will be nothing. Nothing will be funnier.
Freeze ray! A dark color scheme! Shrink ray! Henchmen who look the same! Laser gun! Ingenious weaponry! You are suddenly a real supervillain!
this voice acting is cringe.
What the fuck?
You're just missing one thing!
They actually got him a new pair of pants. I love it. This is one of the funniest death battles. It looks better later, guys. Yeah, take care, Axiom.
And what might that be? Presentation! Minions, assemble! And start the music!
I'm 100% getting copyright claims. Nailed it.
Oh, check that mark in the morning.
Fucker tried eating popcorn through the fishbowl. What a legend.
No, hey! We just fixed that! Come on, sir! Smash him! Oh, hey, that's kinda cute!
Why isn't the fishbowl helping?
Your fucking minions just not helping.
You dare challenge Megamind in my own monstrosity? Do you even know who I am? Well, life is full of disappointments. Hey!
Okay, that's a pretty good burn, I won't lie. Oh no, it's gonna be the freaking Cyclops one. Uh-oh. Oh no. He's got bombs! He's a fucking suicide bot. Right, go on.
Now, as you like to say, Lucian gun! If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Mr. President, a second minion hit the... Never mind.
Okay, thank you for the help. Minion, is the death raid ready? Approaching. Getting there, almost, kind of.
I love how he's just not doing anything.
Maybe on the way. Yes, fire! Whoa!
Just use the minion as a shield.
Oh, Roxanne's gonna kill me.
Oh my good god. It's like cannonball. It's like he's just a freaking bowling ball.
Remember this, villain! The good guys always win! This is how it's really done! Dehydration gun! Villain! You mean... Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Are you kidding me?
Huh?
He had it on the wrong setting, didn't it? Disintegrate. What a knobhead.
All work is going to kill me for this.
So is Minion just doing fuck all? Like, what's Minion doing? He's just sat there, just watching his boss get killed. just Minion was literally, I missed the part where that's my problem. I love it.
I guess that's 2 for Gru, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways: arsenal, minions, and skill.
I love how fucking Minion was just... Minion just did nothing. He just watched it all happen. I'm not even mad. Like, just Minion just chilling. My headcanon is that Minion went on to work for Gru, and they lived happily ever after. Like, why did Minion just watch him die? That was amazing.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D-gun alone had enough effects to match what Gru could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars, portal bazookas, and it's a lot for Gru to handle.
He literally used none of them in the actual battle.
None of them.
Just one problem. Megamind might have had variety, but Gru's weaponry was...
Imagine if he one-shot Gru by running him over with the invisible car. Like...
far stronger in scope. Sure, Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to use on top of it. Frankly,
Megaman...
The full concentrated power of the sun.
Yeah, that's a fair point as well. It's like, the death ray is stated to use the full concentrated power of the sun, which, I mean, if you want to use, like, the amount of...
the moon is better is bullshit.
But it's like, if you want to use the like, average energy output of the sun, it would be, like, multi-continental. But if you want to say, like, oh, he's actually using the sun's full power, kind of like a Dyson sphere does with a neutron star, it would blatantly be a star-level feat. It's like, the reason why it only destroyed a mountain was because all of it was concentrated into one spot.
It's AP, not DC.
Yeah, all of its energy was concentrated to hit Metro Man. Like, that's the whole reason why the Death Ray was a thing.
much of Megamind's deadliest
a needle and a hammer.
Yeah, literally.
Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to use on top of it. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out. When Gru first tried to get the shrink ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about 4 kilotons of TNT. And all those missiles fired at him from point-blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's orbital death ray.
Shut up.
Yeah, not even remotely close. I see now why people were upset with this video. The sun ray barely destroyed a mountain. Yeah, and the reason for that is because all of its energy was concentrated to hit one thing, that being Metro Man. So, yeah, the blast radius wasn't that impressive because all of it was focused into one spot. You know,
it's about Superman's power.
It's like Superman's punches don't always destroy the city around him, but you'd be foolish for saying he isn't city level because of that.
I mean, a good way of thinking about it is, would you say the Hulk is less powerful because he's bigger, or Superman because he's smaller? That's literally the difference here. Just because an explosion's bigger doesn't mean it's better.
The Death Ray does charge, which implies it's gathering a ton of energy from the sun, not to mention it's in space, so it gathers a lot more energy than solar panels would on the Earth. That is a good point, yeah. And the point-blank missile strike made a small crater. Yeah, exactly, it's not even remotely comparable.
Death Ray, and Gru kind of just walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit could take big hits like that, but Megamind himself? No.
So, Megamind would have
Megamind has survived hits from Titan. Like, in the final final battle of the film, he does survive hits from Titan.
Well, it's just so stupid. It's like, oh, his mech can survive it, but he can't. Dude, you didn't even let him use the mech suit.
That's a fair point, yeah.
hard time blowing him up, but he can still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though Gru does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, Gru could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-Gun's effects. It's a whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover Gru's minions and Mega...
But it's like, I don't know, like, as soon as they said that, like, 4 nuclear bombs worth, not even that, is comparable to the full concentrated energy output of the sun, I'm like, yeah, no. I understand,
saying that missiles, not even nukes, did that, like, did a bigger explosion is bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit, yeah. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Chief. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Minions!
1-to-1, one of Gru's minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines. Like, you know, Megamind's brainbots.
And they just won't die! Certainly not.
Yeah, it's like, I'm perfectly fine giving Gru this point. Like, I think the minions, on average, are better than the brainbots. Whether they're better than Minion himself, hard to tell. But, like...
Well, they say Minion can use all the tech Megamind has. Like, he's the only other person that has access to the full arsenal.
It's like, I'm fairly certain that, yeah, like, Gru would have a better army. Like, there's, like, more of the... No, that's not true, actually. He has, like, 10 times the amount of brain bots, but, I mean, they're not that useful. I feel like the Mega Minions would make up for that.
Well, the only good thing about the brainbots is that they were able to hold off Titan for a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, like they're not that incredible.
The minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total. 10 times more. And the brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Compared to the vanilla minion.
See, that is true. Not only is there way more of them, but they're also just way smarter because they're just not as dumb. You know, like the brainbots are actually like coordinated.
One thing that really aggravates me is the brainbots do have taser systems, and we just see right in front of us that they can easily be tased.
Yeah, that is a fair point. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I'm perfectly fine giving Gru the point for minions, but...
Maybe, but the Mega Minions are strong enough to rip and chomp through...
I mean, take a look at this bell end. Not this one, the other one, the Cyclops one. It's like my man cut through the entire Earth with his I-beam. It's like, that's like on par with Megamind's like mid to high tier weaponry. So it's like, I think that alone.
Like wet paper.
It's like the Mega Minions' eye lasers would probably just solo all 100,000 brainbots at once. Like that laser is crazy.
Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the Earth, so it's bye-bye Death Ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all. Minion! Megamind's minion. Old Chum.
You made him useless during this fight.
Yeah, you made him a fucking spectator. I was more useful in this battle than Minion was. And I'm not even in the fucking video. I was more useful, because I was pointing out things in the battle. Minion tried eating popcorn through a fucking fishbowl.
And cheering on the brainbots, that's all he did.
I know he got the Death Ray up and running, but like, you couldn't have given him something else to do.
And he also gave Megamind his pants. That's it.
But it's like, if we're talking like the actual film, it's like he risked his life pretending to be Mega Man to like distract Titan. To be fair, if Minion wasn't in the fight, you couldn't activate the Death Ray. Well, here's the thing, it's like, at the start of the battle... He can
still arrive.
At the start of the battle, he could have fought, and then he could have been instructed to power the Death Ray. He could have done that.
Imagine if he was an invisible card taking the blast.
Rift, there's a scene in Megamind when a newspaper shot, he's able to survive a hit from Metro Man. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
more competent than Dr. Nefario, can operate all the tech like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that wasn't Megamind, that was Minion.
While Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions, having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a
Meanwhile, he does fucking nothing.
battle of their underlings too close to call.
So if neither—
Nah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I do think Gru. I think Gru takes the edge there. I'll be honest, because it's like
This is where everyone gets pissed off. Just
because it's like, yeah, that's fine. But it's like Mega Minion. I feel like the Mega Minions by themselves are already like equal, if not above Minion. Like as a group, like individually maybe not. Like as a group, I think they're above him. And obviously the normal retarded minions, it's like they are really hard to kill. Yeah, I'd be perfectly fine giving Gru the point for army, at least.
of them has a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Oh, bloody hell. Here we go. Also, shouldn't Megamind be faster than Gru? Since they said, like, in the fight, like, they said in the Megamind section he can dodge electricity. It's like, they didn't really bring up any speed feats for, Gru.
Well, there's also the case that it said that Megamind has, like, reacted to Metro Man's laser vision. Even Titans.
Yeah, and it's like, Megamind can also react to, like when he's been transported away from his planet, he can react to asteroid clusters. Or asteroid belts, sorry.
Well, they're also moving at faster than the speed of light, and he's seeing that Metro Man is a baby.
Yeah, like as a baby he's able to perceive that shit.
And his ship was malfunctioning.
Both Gru and Megamind have their share of less than genius moments and bad luck. But even in the face of things gone wrong, Gru tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions. Unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
And we love him for it. It's not like Gru has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their
Elvis Superman
villain phases, Gru found some success, unlike Megamind,
who also has a bad habit of not using his weapon effectively. Like, never use.
A death battle assumes each combatant has winning intent, so Megamind's reluctance to use his deadlier weaponry is negligible on his own. However, his continued laxness versus Gru's consistent successes suggest Gru is more practical.
Okay, the reason everyone's mad at that is because, one, Megamind fights Metro Man all the time, which would be more impressive than anything Gru has done as a villain. And both of them sucked as villains.
Yeah, that's true.
Using the D-gun against the Doom Syndicate, either because he can get easily flustered, or he just loves showing off. So it's more likely Gru could succeed in a whoever shoots first wins quick draw situation with their arsenals.
Quick draw is right. Megamind dodge an electric blast is impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in
I'm not sure about that one.
comparison to Gru piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10.
That's already wrong.
Okay, well,
You
fair.
said,
Sorry, go on.
well, the hypersonic shift from space, baby Megamind was able to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I'd point out as well, the speed of electricity and the speed of... Okay, fair enough, he does specify it's not lightning. Okay.
The speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison to Gru piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10, meaning he is fast enough to win that quick draw. Gru takes skill, which finally tips the scales. After a nail-biting back and forth...
Man, this is rough. It's it's one of the most stupid fucking battles I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, they don't even allow Megamind to use the suit that copies all Metro Man's power, including his durability, or even just recreate like the same process that made Titan. Because he can do that for himself if needs be.
How the fuck is dodging lightning only half the speed of sound?
Well, it's just like electricity,
You tell me.
depending on the fiction, can be as like real life lightning, or it could be as close to pure electricity, which moves as fast as the speed of light. But it depends on the fiction and what's specified with the power.
I'd also point out as well that lightning can also move far faster than the speed of light in certain contexts. Like, for example, Shazam or
like
Thor.
or...
Like, their lightning has, like, infinite speed, because it can travel across, like, the infinite universe. So, I mean, obviously, like, normal lightning isn't gonna cut it, but... They didn't even make Megamind use his suit. Well, that's the thing. It's like, as much as I disagree with the Bowser and Eggman video, at the very least, they gave everyone everything. It was a complete clusterfuck of a fight, but, like, at the very least, they gave everyone all their stuff. But it's like...
At least it was well animated.
It was very well animated. There was so much stuff on screen all the time. The same can be said for, Cell and Metal Sonic. Like, they did a fantastic job with this. I didn't hate this animation, but it was a massive step back. Like, I think Metal Sonic and Cell, I think that's, like, the best Death Battle animation. Because that was just incredible. Especially within the context that actual humans made it and not AI. Yeah, it was a masterpiece. I really enjoyed that animation. Yeah, it's just it's a bit frustrating, because it's like, I know that they do say, like, the animations are purely for entertainment purposes, like, it's not actually how the fight would go, but it's like, if your fights are for entertainment purposes, why wouldn't you make it as entertaining as possible? Like, give him his, give him his 100-foot tall robot that can have lightsaber duels with lampposts. You know, it's like, give him that. You know.
Oh, yo. Are you guys live right now?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll just say this anyways. Today at 9 p.m. EST, I'm gonna be streaming Battlefront 2 for May the 4th on Battlefront Classic. If any of y'all want to join.
I don't have Battlefront Classic, but I might watch.
You gotta get
it's not that expensive.
I might watch.
Anyone and everyone is
I'll
welcome to
definitely
join. I publicly announced the session name and password, so anyone can just get in.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Definitely be there.
Awesome. At least I have a few people that are ready.
Yeah. The fight was
I want to get SK in there so we can make fun of his terrible gameplay.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry.
SK is the sort of person who would pick up the glowing end of the lightsaber.
Yes.
You wouldn't be wrong there.
Yes.
Or he would turn the button, he would flip it around, ignite it, and then realize he cut his own leg off.
I feel like SK is a walking Henry Stickmin death. Like, when it comes to gaming. If you know, you know. When it comes to Henry Stickmin. Also, I remember someone did a battle with Henry Stickmin. They said he lost. I was like, mate, the disrespect. Man, I don't know. Like,
this death battle.
I might make a.
Wasn't it.
I might make a response to this. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a YouTube short. Like, it's just disappointing because it's like I agree with quite a lot of the stuff they say. I just think it's such a shame that they didn't give Megamind all of his best stuff. Like in the.
I was really surprised that Megamind didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They do get quite a few things wrong, like the Death Ray. You know, the thing that uses the full concentrated energy of the sun. They said it's only mountain level. I'm like, that seems a little,
And they said the missile feat from the first Despicable Me movie is 10 times greater.
Yeah, Gru survived missiles. Therefore, it's above the full energy of the sun. It's like, okay, buddy. Sure. Sure. I mean, again, like, I don't dislike this video. Like, it could have been way worse.
I mean, even if they wanted to say in close quarters Gru would win, I wouldn't disagree with it. But if they're saying, oh, throw everything at each other, I don't think Gru's winning that.
Yeah, it's like, under that specific context, it's like, yeah, the fucking... if they can...
Like army versus army.
If they have, like, the armor that mimics Metro Man's powers, it's like, I don't see how motherfuckers beating that. It's like Metro Man is pretty OP. Does it imitate his speed as well?
It says that it imitates him in every way that he possibly can think of.
So it would be
I'm
speed.
not sure if it Well, it's like they say that if he had that suit,
a fraction of Metro Man's power. Titan's like a 0.01% of Metro Man's power.
No, I'm not referring to Titan.
say-
I'm referring to the actual suit
he has
that
for short.
Megamind made, where it's like it perfectly mimics Metro Man's powers.
I think
I mean,
what they
that suit
say
was
is
weaker
that.
than Titan.
Well, no, but they say that it actually would have been stronger if like he actually perfected it. He didn't perfect it fully.
That's fair.
Possibly.
Metro Man held
Even
back
in
against
worst
Mega
case
Man, so
scenario-
Mega Man wouldn't have any idea how powerful Metro Man is. I mean,
Well, it's just like
That's
even
true.
under the assumption that he wanted to like cheat, he could just use the same process he used to create Titan on himself.
if you think about it, Metro Man would have an idea as to how powerful. No, Megamind would have an idea how powerful Metro Man is, considering I would like to think that for a guy as smart as Megamind, he would keep, like, upping the ante with every one of his world domination schemes. It's like, he would have to keep doing that. I mean,
Well,
at the end
it's
of
like
the...
they've been fighting for decades.
But it's like, this is the same motherfucker who turned the Atlantic Ocean into jelly. Like, he's done some crazy stuff over the years. It's like, I don't know why he couldn't just turn the entire battlefield into jelly and just win that way. You know, it's like his weapons aren't just limited to individual targets. It's like he has a ginormous radius with the stuff he's done.
Could you say Megamind can destroy the planet and Gru can't, maybe? Or can Gru destroy with the Shrink Ray?
He could probably shrink ray the Earth. He shrink rayed the moon, and it worked, like, first try. Granted, it was temporary, but, like, he still did it. I don't know. I don't think it would make much sense for him to shrink the Earth, because then he'd probably just die in, like, the vacuum of space. But
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like if they threw everything at each other, who has more destructive capabilities to like destroy everything compared to
well,
the
here's
other?
it's like they can both survive in space, like with their various like gadgets and stuff. So I don't think it would really matter. Obviously as well, you have like the laser-eyed minion, who is basically just discount Cyclops. I don't know. It's an interesting...
It's like army versus army. I think the minions would win just based on sheer cartoon logic. I think arsenals, they're pretty comparable. And it's just the skill part where it's like, does Drew actually get skill?
It's like both of them are pretty incompetent when it comes down to it. I just hate the fact that, whatchamacallit, that those other pieces of media kind of nerfed Megamind.
Yeah, Doom Syndicate, all that. Even then, I wouldn't even consider that canon, considering DreamWorks really didn't work on it at all.
That's true.
Like, it's no different
I also thought it was unfair that Death Battle tried to say Gru has more, like, victories in his career than Megamind, so he's more skilled, when it's like, yeah, Gru didn't fight Markiplier Superman. That's not really a fair comparison.
Plus, all his victories were, like, about stealing shit, not necessarily fighting other supervillains or heroes.
And even then, the villains he fights are kind of pasty and weak.
By Death Battles
Yeah, like
on
Victor's
logic, Gru is above Neo Metal Sonic. The fuck? Gru has been stated to have world-ending weapons. Also, that minion had a laser that could one-shot the moon. See, that's the thing. But it's like, I feel like the Death Ray would just be would be more powerful. Because it's like, not only is its energy output just significantly greater, but it's concentrated in one spot. So it's like, you can't make the argument of, oh, they'd only be enduring a portion of it. It's like, no, they would have to survive the concentrated power of the sun.
Plus, I don't think Megamind's intention was to destroy the planet, and if he wanted to, he could have ranked up the death ray to 11. Even then, with the amount of power it needed just to kill Metro Man, it was still charging up. So that would probably be its only weakness.
What if they destroy the Death Ray? Well, the problem is that they wouldn't be aware that the Death Ray exists until it fires, and then at that point they're fucked. It's like, I don't think they'd be able to destroy it before they die. Like, I don't know. I feel like as well the speed gap is just, like, I feel like Megamind would be faster.
I mean, like, it is implied, despite Metro Man blitzing him in the first film, there have been instances where he wasn't able to, like, statue him, though he has always beaten him. Like, you can't just, like, statue him all the time like he did in that. Because he's, like, in positions where if he does that, it would, like, cause a problem. Because, like, say he has hostages somewhere else, or, like, you know, something was about to happen where he had to focus on something else entirely.
Yeah, and it's like the best speed feat they give for Gru. It's like baby Megamind could kind of replicate that. With the whole, like, reacting to, you know, interstellar ships.
He has just enough to land the winning blow first, more often than not.
Sorry, Megamind. I think you losing was a atrocity.
It's Metro's Atros. The winner is Felonious Gru.
Next time on
I still can't
Deathbattles.
I still can't get over the fact that Felonious is his actual name. What is the next one?
JJK, I think. I have no idea.
Yuji versus Denji. So basically some anime shit. Couldn't care less.
Very few anime stuff is worth talking about.
Yeah, not
The only thing I do is fucking solo leveling.
Huh?
Well, a lot of animes like are good, like in terms of storytelling or action, but I'm talking about like the majority of anime isn't good.
And how is Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man good?
I wasn't implying them. I was just simply saying anime is not all good.
Excuse me.
Also, I'm feeling sick today, so I can't stay for very long. I'm just here to see who won. Here to ask who won.
Gru.
Yeah, they said Gru wins.
How and why?
Because
said that he somehow, he could survive shit Megamind hasn't apparently, and could shoot faster, basically.
Bull fucking shit.
They also said that, like, Gru is less of... Unironically, like, one of their reasons was, like, Gru is less of a retard, basically. Like, they tried making it very nice and softening the blow, but that's basically what they were trying to say. It's
They're
like
using the
Megamind...
Doom Syndicate to lowball Megamind to say, yeah, he's not gonna shoot first because of a stupid, like, character assassinated movie/show.
Which I find funny because, like, in that media, he does, like, bully them. Like, when he actually remembers his, like, instant win button. Oh, boy. Doom Syndicate, man.
I don't know why you hate anime so much.
I don't know, it just doesn't interest me. For the most part. There are exceptions, but, like, for the most part, just anime doesn't interest me at all.
That's cool.
Y'all need to get cultured. No. I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, apparently, I guarantee... Yeah, like... I'm a very cultured individual, thank you.
No, you're not. Shut up.
Fuck you, I am cultured. I'm actually offended by that.
Fuck. Shut up.
I know I'm half your age, but
Oh,
come on.
God. Shut the fuck, you fucking dickhead.
I'd like to think I'm very cultured.
Yeah. Anyways, I love to stay and argue, but I'm gonna go lay down because, God, I feel like shit.
Yeah, take care, dude.
Alright, have a good one.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep. Old age is one hell of a thing. Old age is fucking him over. I had to check he left there, because otherwise he'd get very angry. He'd probably put his fucking back out again, trying to shout at me.
He will jump back in if you wish to say that.
Yeah, he's still in the stream. Watch My Hero Academia, it'll change your life. I guarantee you it won't.
That's overrated.
I just remember this character called All Might, who is the biggest twat who ever twatted.
An island level person. Probably couldn't even beat Mr. Incredible.
What was that? All Might can't beat Mr. Incredible.
Well, I think the fight would be interesting, but I'm not sure who's actually winning that.
Yeah, you just triggered the weebs in the chat, my friend. Yeah, you
I said I don't know who wins that. It'd be funny.
Yeah, you've sparked fury.
I sparked fury. I'm not even looking at the comments.
Yeah, you've pissed people off with that one. It might be what I said actually that's making people angry. Where I said All Might's the biggest twat. That might be what was winding people up. I don't know. Or it could just be a team effort, you know.
He's getting rage baited.
Inazuma 11 is kind of crazy for a soccer anime. First of all, it's called football, you American cunt. Second of all, they made an anime about fucking football. Like, are they out of ideas or something? Let me guess, everyone can kick the football like a cannonball. Because everyone just has magic anime powers.
And then make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, they get paid way too much for faking injuries on live TV. That's basically just football in a nutshell. Fucking hate football. Rift, I'm South African, not American. Shame on you for calling it soccer then. It's fucking football everywhere except the fucking America land. Bruh. All Might would one-shot Mr. Incredible. What are you, Smoke? No. He would not one-shot Mr. Incredible, thank you. That's what it's called here. I expected better from South Africa. Bruh. I'm just vibing right now. Calling My Hero Academia overrated. Who said that again? I think that was Asif.
When I say that, I mean it is. Like, people need... Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just simply saying that people ride it too.
Inazuma 11 has super moves that can destroy buildings with a football. Sounds the most stupid concept ever. It's like, well, how the hell do they have football matches then if they destroy the bastard pitch every single time? Like, what is happening? Why? What an anime with football? Like, why?
Axiom, I'm not actually trying to piss anyone off. I'm just simply saying that people ride at My Hero.
You're gonna continue the video? I mean, technically we finished watching the video. My Hero Academia deserves all the glaze. No, it does not.
Nothing. There's either fair treatment or glaze, or... Jesus. You shouldn't have to glaze something for it to be good.
There is only one thing that you should glaze, and that is donuts. That might be my... Yeah. I like, I mean, then again, I feel like everyone likes glazed donuts. It is the greatest superior media of all time. Fuck off.
Oh.
No way. No, it is not. First of all, counter argument, One Punch Man Season 1. You know, from the land of the Japanese. Second argument...
Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, more compelling characters.
I thought about Spider-Man, but I was thinking of a very specific one. I was going to say the Tobey Maguire trilogy, but then I remembered that Spider-Man 3 exists. I was going to say Insomniac Spider-Man, but then I remembered Spider-Man 2 exists. Spectacular Spider-Man is probably the... yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man.
Daredevil... more specifically, Daredevil from Netflix. We do not talk about Born
Could you imagine if he meant Born Again? That would be the ultimate disrespect.
Oh, if he meant Born Again.
Yeah, Daredevil Born Again's better than My Hero Academia. Just light the fucking world on fire with that comment.
Jesus.
The fuck is Might of Gebera doing in the chat? Where the hell have you been, my friend?
Right. Okay, are you seriously saying Deku is better than Batman, Spider-Man, and all these other?
Wait, hang on. I've just realized something. Asafe, do you remember the guy who we had the Star Wars debate with? I think he's just in the chat, chilling. How are you doing, my friend? Might
the
of
guy
Gebera.
who said Boba Fett beats Vitiate, I think.
Oh my god, not that clown.
I was being nice. None of them are better characters than Deku. There's no fucking way you said Spider-Man isn't a better character than Deku. Like, why? Like, Deku can't even have an original name. Like, he just stole from Goku.
Also, can we just say that Deku, for the simple argument, never does anything on his own? The only time he's actually good is when he's a vigilante, and even then that goes away.
Like, Deku is literally Tom Holland's Spider-Man 1.0. Like, he was just a fanboy of the main hero. Rift, I made a video covering your call-outs on me, by the way. I literally haven't... What do you mean you made a video covering my call-outs on you? I haven't made a video on you, have I? I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I've not made a video on you, my friend.
And, by the way...
At least I don't think I have.
He said he made a video on you.
I genuinely could not recall that. Like, you're gonna have to point me in the direction of the video I made, because I genuinely have not talked about you.
Oh, no. He made a video covering all the stuff.
You mentioned me on that Flash vs. Sonic video? Did I? Did I say anything nice? Couldn't fucking tell you. Genuinely do not remember. I don't think Inazuma is even that strong as early Dragon Ball. I don't know. Not a fan.
Debunk the takes on you. I think this is it. Okay.
Oh my god, dude, there's no way you don't remember. I hate to tell you this, buddy, but that video is like 20 minutes long, and I've slept many times since it came out, so no. Like, I don't...
This is what he's referring to.
What's he referring to?
He made a video covering, like, all the Flash stuff. Oh, and he's bringing up the Star Wars stuff. Okay, Liam, you gotta... I can't.
Like, I hate to break it to you, dude. This may be a new concept, but I don't let YouTubers live in my head rent.
Like, there's even a section for Star Wars. I sent it
Hold on, hang on. Might of Gebera, this may be an interesting concept to you, dude. I don't let YouTubers live in my head rent-free. I'm sorry. Like, if we're not friends, then we're not friends. You know, it is what it is, my guy. So, I'm very sorry that I included you in my video, and I'm very sorry that that offends you, but it is what it is, man. Like, I've slept many times since then.
Bro, he talks like he doesn't have... He talks like he has his mouth full, bro. That's crazy.
There's no hard feelings.
There's no hard feelings. What did you cover, then? I'm curious.
I sent it to you both. Because it covers the Flash stuff.
I don't know, if I want to watch that. That looks stupid.
Like, genuinely, what... I don't even remember including him. Well, I'm gonna be completely honest.
It's like midway through the video.
Please timestamp the moment where I mentioned him. Genuinely
because I'm looking at it now,
he
starts talking about Star Wars, about... Man, he goes all over the place.
Wait, is the episode that you think Wally beats beats Sonic or something?
No, I
Darth Maul respect thread. What? He's on a Darth Maul respect thread.
The fuck?
Yeah, like an hour and 20 minutes.
Darth Maul respect thread. That's crazy.
Yeah, like an hour and 20, he's talking about the Darth Plagueis novel, and it's like, are you serious?
You mean the same Darth Plagueis novel that confirms that Plagueis and Sidious both agree that Darth Maul isn't to be trained like a proper Sith?
I'm gonna be completely honest, my Star Wars knowledge is kinda... Oh, I fucked that up, hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest, I think my Star Wars knowledge is, steep downgrade, so...
Should we talk about the other Darth Maul novels that explain in depth that Darth Maul is incapable of advanced Force techniques because Sidious didn't teach him it properly. Like, for example, he can't conceal his Force abilities without cutting himself off from the Force.
Well, isn't that something
shows
that...
a lack of knowledge and ability.
Well, yeah, it isn't...
So
I know that about...
Notably powerful.
I know that about Darth Maul. They deliberately,
Also,
nerfed his,
I'm gonna answer this question.
training.
I think Yoda does beat Anakin, even like Anakin and
Also,
Mustafar
I'm gonna
and
go
all
get my
that.
cup of tea. I'll be right back.
Yes. Yoda
Like-
would win.
I'll be like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
It would
like
be a hard fight, though. Yoda
well, it's
would
just
win.
like the only time Anakin could possibly beat Yoda is if he didn't get chopped up after Mustafar. That's the only way I see him winning. Even as Vader, it's like Vader you could argue winning, but that's only because he's like tempered and more skilled.
No, Darth
not because...
Darth Vader wins. Darth Vader wins.
Yeah, I know.
I think
That's
I think Vader beats Yoda, but Nightfall Anakin would lose to Yoda.
Yeah, agreed. I'm just simply saying that even if you wanted to say Vader wins, it's not because he stomps Yoda. It's just because he's more skilled.
Yeah, I know. He literally has
Hang on.
more. Yeah, he's just more skilled. That would be my
Right.
thing.
We're
He-
gonna...
He has the perfect lightsaber style to counter Yoda.
Wait, can I,
Anakin doesn't.
Can I, just ask, what were we discussing?
Someone said that... Wait, Yoda loses to Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Vader show? Are you serious?
Hang on,
In what show?
hang on. Can I...
The Obi-Wan show.
Hold on, one at a time. What was... Someone mentioned Yoda and Vader. What was that about?
Someone asked, hey, do I think Yoda beats Anakin? I said yes. I said only Vader you can argue beats Yoda, and now someone's saying, oh, Obi-Wan beats Yoda in the Obi-Wan TV show now.
When the fuck did Yoda lose to Kenobi?
Well, no, they're saying.
Oh,
he
Yoda
loses
loses.
to
Oh,
Kenobi.
yeah, sorry. He loses to the version of Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Gotcha.
Which is still kind of BS considering Obi-Wan hasn't trained in the Force or cut himself off from it.
Didn't Anakin
Like,
hold
yeah,
off two personifications of the Force?
I wasn't even.
Well,
I
here's the
wasn't even
thing.
talking about
Anakin.
canon. I don't really care about the canon continuity.
But it's like Anakin
Yeah,
easily
neither do I.
had the potential to surpass Yoda, and in terms of like raw power, you could argue he already had. The problem was Yoda was just more like experienced, more refined. So it's like he had like greater control over his abilities, which is why in Attack of the Clones, even though they were technically equal in terms of power, it's like Yoda was just better at controlling that power. Which is why he actually
Also-
finessed Dooku and didn't get his hand cut off like Anakin did.
Also,
I like how one of the feats this guy is trying to use was one of the most dangerous apprentices in Sith history for Darth Maul's skill. When it's like deadly, being deadly has nothing to do with power levels. It could do with how fucking dangerous you are at using the power you have.
What's
by
this
the
in
same
reference
principle,
to?
a deadly bounty hunter doesn't necessarily mean that you're on the level of the Sith Lord.
Wait, what's this in reference to? The fucking Boba Fett thing?
The idea that Maul is somehow stronger than every Sith before him just because there's a statement saying that he's proof that the Sith are deadlier than ever.
It's like saying that Mace Windu would beat Yoda because Mace Windu's more deadly than Yoda, because he's more willing to kill you.
But I'd also point out
This
as
is
well
really
that
bad.
part of the reason why within the context of Phantom Menace, which is when I'm assuming, like, canonically that statement was released, like, I feel like part of the reason why they were deadlier than ever was because they had the element of surprise, because the Jedi thought that the Sith were extinct.
Yeah, there's a lot of different meanings for why he is deadly. That it doesn't even have to do with power or combat. It could literally just be because he's more willing to kill, he's more unhinged, dangerous, more violent than the original Sith. That doesn't have anything to do with how powerful he is, or
Also,
skilled even.
I'd also point
Can
out
we
as
just
well...
address how stupid Nightfall Anakin is in terms of glazing? Because people glaze the hell out of Nightfall Vader. People are doing it now in the comments, saying that he's supposed to be the strongest ever.
I'd also point out as well that, saying that, Maul was deadlier than, like... What was it? Deadlier than any Sith? Was
Before him.
Well, it's like, wouldn't that include Sidious? But it's like, obviously he's not above Sidious.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with the master and apprentice dynamic with the rule of two. People assume the apprentice is better than the master or would become better, but that's not exactly true. Like, we even see it time and time again that the Sith backstab each other in unfair ways. There's no guarantee the next apprentice is stronger than the master, unless, of course, they actually beat them in a fair 1v1.
But yeah, I'd be happy...
It's also funny because
But yeah,
the statement of killing an like the apprentice killing the student, they just gain the master's powers automatically, no matter how they do it.
Yeah,
it's
what
kind of immediately debunked when you actually look into the lore, because it's stated that Sidious was the most powerful Sith Lord in history
Finally
by the
tips
time of
the
Phantom
scale.
Menace. Plagueis didn't die during Phantom Menace; he died after, like at the tail end of the movie.
I'm gonna be Might of Gebra, if you're still in the chat, I would be down to have a discussion about me supposedly taking shots at you, whatever that's about. But also, we can have a chat about Star Wars. Like, I'm down.
I just think it's really funny you pulled out Comic Vine, and most of what I'm seeing is just Darth Maul's dangerous and skilled. It's like, no shit.
But it's like I genuinely like I'm gonna just show this so people know I'm not taking you out of context. I mean, fucking. You gotta work on your thumbnails, bro, I'm gonna be honest. But, like, you made a 1 hour, 35-minute video debunking me taking shots at you. Like, so you made a video 5 times larger than my original video over something that I legitimately do not remember saying. Like, you gotta humor me with this one, my guy. This is art right here.
Also, you do realize, even if Rift takes shots at you, he does it because that's Rift. He just does it. It's like
it's called being British. It's called being British. You take jabs at people. So I take the piss out of Bankai for being old, even though he actually isn't. It's like that's just what I
just want to say it's really hard not to take shots at someone who genuinely thought that fucking Boba Fett would beat Darth Vitiate.
But it's like, since you're here, my guy, I'm not offended. Well, why would you make a fucking 1.5 hour video?
You made a video. Well, why did you like point it out to us?
That's like, what did I even say? Like, genuinely, like, I'm asking you because you clearly know. Oh, he doubled down. He said Boba Fett's above Vitiate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, bloody
no
hell.
way you said that.
What is Boba Fett gonna do if Vitiate just force chokes him? Like, how is he gonna get out of that?
It's free
How's
content.
He gonna do when he
well, here's the
him,
thing. Hang on. Here's the thing. You saying it's free content is one thing, but you make content within the context of growing your channel and also, like, being entertaining to your audience. But it's like, what exactly are you giving to your audience? Like, by doing that? Like, it's not even...
listen to this. You're entitled to your opinions, but when you act like an asshole because you don't like it, that's just loser behavior.
Well, again, I'm gonna ask again, what did I even say? I don't even remember it mentioning you. But apparently I said something. Like, what did I even say?
I don't think it's loser behavior to make fun of someone's stupid take. It's just laughing at stupidity that people say and do on the internet. That's kind of normal.
Well, it's like when people...
If you don't want us to make fun of your takes, don't have terrible, like, illogical takes.
But it's like when he says...
telling us that
it's like
a guy
when he says Boba...
force powers, with mostly blasters and a few explosives and a jetpack...
When he says Boba Fett can beat Vitiate, my immediate...
Star Wars universe.
It's like when he says Boba Fett can beat Vitiate, the thing that immediately comes to mind is when, like, thousands of soldiers tried killing Vader, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you all up. Like, that's the immediate... I know it's not exactly, like, a one-to-one comparison.
Well, it's just the case that even if you wanted to acknowledge, like, Vitiate is an ancient Sith, or, like, not as strong as, say, Sidious at his peak or any of that, he's still a freaking Sith Lord that's probably, like, the only one close to Sidious's level. Like,
I don't think Boba Fett could beat, like, most Sith Lords. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I love Boba Fett. I think Boba Fett's a cool character. He's not beating, like, most Force users if they're actually trying.
I agree, that's why...
Can meaningfully do.
I agree, that's why I laugh when people say Vitiate can beat Maul. I think Vitiate can beat Maul. Like, Maul's the same guy who took an L to a Jedi Knight.
And he still, he still probably thinks Padawan Obi-Wan beats Vitiate. Let's be honest.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. At least you can somewhat formulate an argument because Darth Maul has the Force, and you can't exactly just immediately ragdoll him. But like, Boba Fett's a fucking guy with a gun. Like, he's not doing anything to Vitiate. That's why that's so stupid. Darth Maul, you could theoretically make an argument. It would fail miserably. I mean, I guess this guy doesn't understand the concept that Vitiate has force abilities that completely counter lightsaber attacks. He can literally just catch your lightsaber with telekinesis.
Also,
so Maul
he can
can't
block
even hit
blaster
him with
bolts.
his only attack.
Well, he also can block blaster bolts. We've seen it done. Like, even with, like, the MMO, like, Vitiate has been shown that he can deflect sniper fires being shot at him when he was almost assassinated.
But it's like, when I look at Boba Fett, I genuinely can't think of a single thing he could do to beat Vitiate.
Boba Fett has lost to fucking Han Solo in, like, multiple occasions.
It's like Han Solo is It's like Han Solo's insignificant next to, like, Darth Vader.
Well, here's how stupid this comes because of him saying stuff like this. So does that mean Chewie would beat Vitiate? Because Chewie in Dark Empire 2...
you still... hang on. He wants to join VC, that's fine. I'll get him in.
Alright, join.
One... I do want to say real quick, because you guys in this... I do want to say real quick, keep the language tame, considering I am still streaming.
I'll just say this in advance.
I'll also say as well.
I accidentally kicked you from the server, and it was just because it started to get too heated, and I tried muting you, but I can't.
Let's not
ban you.
Let's not accidentally kick him from the freaking stratosphere this time. Also,
well, I did, but I'm just saying.
I know. I'm saying let's not do that this time.
Okay.
What the fuck do I even get him back in? Is he banned or was he just kicked?
He was kicked. He can join at any time.
He can join. Oh, okay, fair dues. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just send him an invite. Fairly certain this is him.
But Jesus, I can only imagine what's coming.
Yeah, and this is actually quite an interesting debate because, like, you have, like, two sides of the fence, and, like, you have me, where it's like, my knowledge on Star Wars is very limited.
Well, yeah, you're an open canvas. You get to hear both sides.
I just realized. So this guy subscribes to the idea that Sith, like, always grow stronger in the future and all that shit, and then he shows an example of Maul being able to contend with Darth Vader and almost beat him. Doesn't that literally disprove the whole narrative?
Hang on.
Sith Lord almost
hold that thought. Fuck's his name? Hang on. I'm trying not to, like... Oh, streamer... Fuck's sake. Streamer... Okay, what's your Discord name? I'm trying to add you to, Inner Circle. Like, what is it?
I do gotta mention, like, about... Once it hits 5:30, I gotta go to work, so...
Alright, all good.
That's fine.
It's still funny, though. Listen to someone try to tell me Boba Fett can beat fucking Darth Vitiate.
Also, if you're not very educated on Star Wars, why is this even a debate? Because you've got to learn somehow.
Well, here's the thing. Riff may not know much, but me and Comic Legend do, and then we have someone else who does as well, and it's just a matter of Riff can analyze both sides and then figure out which one makes the most sense.
Look on DM. You have streamer mode enabled. I can't see your full name on DM. Unless you've messaged me your name, in which case I can look at that. The guy on the other side. Okay, that makes more sense. I got it. But yeah, it's like my knowledge on Star Wars isn't dog shit. It's just I don't know, like, the ins and outs.
Which is completely fine. It's like...
Right, there we go.
I just don't like people who claim that they know the lore better than most people, only to, like, when they bring up why, like, it's immediately debunkable.
You should be able to join now, dude. If you want, I'll just bring you into the fucking... Like, you should be able to see the VC and you should be able to join it. You shouldn't be able to insult people. Hang on.
He's here.
That's fine. I'm just reading a comment. Hang on.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. So I just wanted to let you know I should be
Why
good
doesn't he?
to,
Why
like...
don't you swallow before you start talking about it?
Shut
You
up.
sound
That's
like your
not
mouth is full.
that's not helping. What were you
Dang,
saying,
bruh.
dude?
Dang. Anyway, it's the Mighty Gebra here. Glad I could be here. I should be good until like 5 o'clock, but I did want to discuss something.
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you wanted to talk about, well, I wanted to talk about it, but basically, we're continuing that little discussion about the old Republic Sith from Vitia's era versus the Sith of Sidious's era, the Order 66 era.
Okay.
Okay. So, what's your proposition?
The simple argument is the Sith aren't irrelevant in the Old Republic compared to the modern Sith. Not because the ultimate thing about the Rule of Two is it's not a clear transition of power. You can't even compare Darth Bane or any of the early Rule of Two Sith to the highlights of the Old Republic, be it Exarch Un, Vitiate, Keaton Nash, Naga Sadow. Even Darth Malak with the Starforge. Like, those Sith would eclipse most Sith in the Rule of Two era up until like the modern Sith era, where even people like Maul and Dooku would at the very least be comparable to those Sith back then. And you can make an argument for either Sith winning, because it's not an upward spiral in the Star Wars universe, because there are many factors to Force abilities and power. Like, it's not just, they get stronger as time goes on. Otherwise, that would make the past irrelevant to the present.
Okay, well, before I talk about this, I want to make something clear, ask a question. Do you subscribe to the idea that the Star Wars Extended Universe, or Legends, works under George Lucas's narrative?
That's irrelevant considering George Lucas, whether he did or didn't.
I would say no.
Included. Like, it doesn't matter.
I would say no, because I'm pretty sure there's a statement that George kind of ultimately doesn't even agree with Palpatine in being alive in Dark Empire. So I wouldn't even say that.
Well, I would just say this.
That's actually kind of funny, because when I was looking through a bunch of interviews, I actually saw that George Lucas surprisingly did approve Dark Empire, according to one of the staff, but they're no longer at Lucasfilms. So, like, take that as you will.
And the reason he did that is because he sees it as a separate universe from his own.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm correcting something you're saying.
Well, what do you want to correct?
You're literally painting a false narrative right there, because what I
false
pointed
narrative?
out...
I would point out as well, just so things don't... Sorry.
You were trying to point out that George was okay
guys,
with Sidio's coming back
stop.
in Dark Empire. Well, you're ignoring the context that George has said multiple times he sees it as their universe, which means he doesn't really consider it his story.
Well, just to keep things on track, just so I can keep track of what's going on. Specifically, Darth Maul was brought up earlier. Within the context of like the films, where do you think like Darth Maul is in relation to like other Jedi, other like Sith? Because based on the whole argument of the newer characters are more powerful than the older characters, would you not be implying that Maul is above Palpatine?
Okay, so repeat it again. I didn't quite hear.
Like, I'm saying, like, you guys are talking about like all this complicated shit that I'm a casual fan of Star Wars.
Basically,
I have no idea.
Sith outclass the old
but it's
Sith.
like the premise.
That's the idea that I was.
Well, yeah, the premise that you have presented is that the newer characters just naturally surpass the old characters. So what I'm asking is, do you think by the events of Phantom Menace that Darth Maul has surpassed Palpatine?
No, because he has not gotten to the point where he could usurp Palpatine yet. This has been stated in the Phantom Menace materials. It's like, sure, he beats Obi-Wan or the next Jedi. His destiny would have been to surpass Sidious.
Okay, that's fine. Would you agree that Darth Maul has had more training in the Force than Boba Fett?
Yes. What?
Okay, so your claim earlier was Boba Fett can beat Vitiate, but right now you're saying that Darth Maul, who has more training in the Force, couldn't beat a weaker version of Palpatine. So I want to ask, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, for one, the comic does make it clear that Boba Fett is a threat to Dark Empire Palpatine.
In what regard?
I'm not, like, when I brought this up in the last voice call we had.
Can I ask?
Oh my god, there's no way you just brought up the comic. You mean the comic where the Dark Acolyte fucking minions of Sidious could force choke him?
Okay.
And he could run away? That comic? Hang on a second. The same comic where Chewbacca fucking overpowered him, and you're telling me you genuinely take it seriously that he's a threat in, like, a fighting sense?
Why wouldn't I take
being
it
a threat can mean in multiple different
it.
ways, right? You can be a threat intellectually, tactically, inspirationally, leadership-wise. Being a threat doesn't automatically mean you can take on someone in a fight.
Show me the
Why I know this?
in which
Because
he has
Sidious
been
even
a
considers
threat in another
Qui-Gon
way.
Jinn to be a threat, even though he could one-shot that guy.
Okay.
He considers Obi-Wan a threat, and even Yoda says,
Here's the thing.
Yoda,
Here's the thing.
you know,
Here's the
Obi-Wan is
thing.
not powerful enough to fucking fight him.
Qui-Gon is a Force user. What does Boba Fett have? Like, I want you to display that to me. I want you to display that to me. real quick.
Exactly. That's the
what would he
point.
do? What would he do after
Might
that?
have
What would he do?
Gemera. That's
Nothing.
the.
He
That's,
wouldn't be able to do anything
hang on.
against Palpatine
Then
if
why
they fought.
does the comic
If they
state that
both
he's a
went
threat?
into
because
you
the
can
point.
be a threat in many different
Well, no,
ways. That
let me
isn't
try.
fighting. You can be
Hang on.
intellectually.
Hang on. Let me pull this. Let me put this back on track. Hang
right
on.
now.
So here's the thing. So I'm gonna just make it like. I'm gonna ask a simple question. So it's like, do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so within the context of being a threat to Palpatine, okay, do you think that Boba Fett can take Palpatine in a fight?
That's what the comic insinuates.
Well,
Oh my god.
well,
this
no,
is the
hang on, stop,
Donald Trump is This is the equivalent right now.
I'm going somewhere with this.
I'm
So
going to ignore what the material
talking.
Well, no.
Stop talking.
So what I'm just using like an original
Negative
trilogy
IQ,
example,
I
right?
swear.
So being a threat to Palpatine in a fight, that would be one interpretation of it. Like we would agree. Like
Yes,
if you can
I
threaten
agree.
someone, you could potentially take them in a fight. But using an original trilogy example, it's like Luke Skywalker. He was a threat to
the Empire.
Palpatine, even though he obviously couldn't take Sidious in a fight. But he could, and was, a threat in other areas. A good example
During the
being...
Empire Strikes Back, they literally
hang on.
acknowledge he's a
Can I
threat to the
correct
Empire.
something?
Does that mean that Luke scales to the entire Empire before he had proper training? Like, that's such a harebrained take. Donald Trump is now country level because he's a threat to the country, I guess, even though he's a fat old man.
The point...
It has nothing to do with the 1v1 context.
The point that I was making is, even though Luke Skywalker, at that time, he obviously stood no chance against Sidious, he was able to be a threat to the Empire in other ways, such as when he piloted the X-Wing and helped destroy, like, the original Death Star, for instance.
Okay.
Another example being,
Okay.
like, just being, like, behind the scenes.
I can't believe we have to explain to this guy what
Well,
a threat is.
Like...
Okay.
Like, there's multiple
Right.
interpretations of it, and it's like, being a threat doesn't automatically mean, like,
So what
1v1ing them in a
likely
fight.
for why? Hang on a second. You guys want to know what's more likely for why they consider Boba Fett a threat to Sidious and his
Boba
organization?
Fett.
It's the simple fact that Boba Fett
I love it.
literally was able and capable of killing major Imperial targets throughout his career in the Empire era. Which means, yeah, he could kill a lot of people that are important to Palpatine's grander plan, or just his military in general, which would be a threat to
What are
him
you
because he wants to
talking
rule the
about?
galaxy. That has nothing to do with
Palpatine
being
has
in a fight,
multiple
though.
starships. They're clearly talking about Boba Fett actually going against Palpatine. What else?
Okay.
Look.
Okay. Let's use a hypothetical. Let's use a hypothetical because of how slow you are, dude. Okay. Let's use a hypothetical. Let's say Grand Admiral Thrawn was still working for the Empire during that time, and he's working with Palpatine. Do you believe it's possible and capable for Boba Fett to assassinate him? Could Boba Fett theoretically kill this guy if he wanted to, and if he formulated a plan and tried to kill him?
Thrawn or Palpatine?
Grand Admiral Thrawn. If he tried to assassinate him, if he wanted him off the board, would he be able to do that? Yes or no?
What kind of question is that? Yes, Boba Fett would be able to assassinate Thrawn.
Okay, so there you go. So if he's able to kill a major asset to Sidious, he's a threat to Sidious.
How is that even comparable?
Well, I'll just bring it.
No, both of you stop. I'm trying to get a point in.
But you're not giving any proof
because you're asking the question that I've answered 30 different times. The reason I'm giving you this hypothetical is because if you kill a major asset to someone's grander plans and or organization, that would mean
being a threat.
Can I finish? Can I finish? You didn't let me finish, buddy. You complain about me interrupting.
All right, guys.
I was answering something.
Order in the court.
Order the court, please. Okay.
Let me finish what I'm saying, actually, because I didn't finish, and I'm still not able to finish. So can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish, toddler brain? Come on, toddler brain.
The insults aren't helping. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Just Liam speak.
Can I finish? I'm still waiting to
finish.
Say it in Chinese. I don't care. Just say it.
Finish.
Just finish.
All right. So once again, if you see someone that's capable of killing major forces of your organization, which is a part of your grander plan, yes, it is very likely you would consider that person a threat to you because they're able to mess up what you want. That is still a threat. That doesn't mean you can beat me in a fight. It means that you are a problem to me and a threat to what I'm trying to achieve. Because if I don't have an armada with competent Imperial leaders, then I'm fucked. And Boba Fett could theoretically do that. There's many ways of interpreting it, and here's why my interpretation beats yours.
Okay, stop.
I do want to
finish. Let him
finish. I'm not finished. I'm sorry you're offended, but I'm not finished.
That's not helping. Just say
the
what you want to
reason
say.
why my interpretation is above yours is because in the same book that you're referring to, one of Palpatine's little Sith acolytes, like minions, who is way weaker than him, to the point where Palpatine literally addresses that these Sith Lords that work under him in Dark Empire aren't worth being his real apprentice, was able to force choke and ragdoll Boba, and he had to run away. So no, he's obviously not a threat to Sidious. Because the book literally, visually, and verbally, and narratively implies that. So actually use your brain and read the source material instead of just getting random statements.
I would like to, now that that's out of the way, I would like to just genuinely ask questions. So within
I think this guy has a few screws
within the context.
Wasn't it made clear in Dark Empire?
I have a few screws loose. He's literally interrupting Rift for no reason, and you see why I'm annoyed at him.
I gave you your turn.
Yeah, now it's Rift's turn.
I would like to.
No, it was my turn. You interrupted me.
No, I was answering a question you presented.
Can we let Rift speak for a second? Because here's the thing.
Go ahead and speak.
Just to genuinely bring this back, within the context that you believe, based on that statement, Boba Fett posed a threat to Palpatine. You are interpreting it as in a fight, right? Like, he could, give Palpatine a fight.
Yes.
Okay. What do you... Let's go through this one by one. What do you genuinely think Boba Fett could do to beat Palpatine? What do you think he... what do you think he can do? Let's just bullet point them and go through them one by one.
How can he fight him? Yeah, how can Boba Fett fight him or beat him?
The same way that clone troopers and stormtroopers handle regular Jedi. They use their Kyber crystal weapons to bypass.
Stop.
So would you say...
Stop. Can I say something?
Is that
the reason that doesn't work is Jedi hold back all the time, and they were backstabbed. They didn't expect to be betrayed.
No. I got a better one. If you actually know what happened in Order 66, it's actually stated all the Jedi were blinded by the dark side to the point they couldn't even perceive the clones betraying them. So Sidious literally needed to help the clones so they can get the drop on them.
But I'd also point out as well
No. Let's dial that back. Let me ask this question.
Okay.
How does not being aware of whether the clones would betray you mean that their powers are nullified?
Because
it's not that they're nullified.
When did I say their powers are nullified?
I want to hear this.
But it's like
Stop.
It's a straw man. I literally didn't say that their powers are nullified. What I'm pointing out is that they couldn't use their perception to predict the clones attacking them, so they got caught off guard and shot down. They didn't have time to react. That's not a fight. That's the equivalent of me sneaking behind someone's back. See, but I'm interrupting, right? But you just talked right over me again because you're so impatient.
When you say kyber crystal weapons, do you mean the blasters?
Hang on a second.
Is that what you're referring to?
This is the equivalent of saying I'm a better fight than fucking The Rock because I walked up behind him when he wasn't paying attention and stabbed him in the heart. Like, no, I'm not a better fighter than him or able to keep up with him in a fight because I got the drop on him. Like, do you not understand the concept of a sneak attack?
But it's like, I'm just gonna ask a simple question. It's like, so he's using the blaster to take care of Palpatine. It's like, even Rogue One Darth Vader could take on, like, dozens of guys firing blasters at him. It's like, why would blasters affect Palpatine? Or, like, any top-tier Force user in general?
Darth Vader, while holding back, literally ragdolled Boba Fett in their fight. He literally toyed around with him, and Boba got lucky he didn't die.
While this is the same Vader that in Legends is stated that Palpatine has Vader as being able to kill him.
Yeah, and that only proves the point. That actually makes it worse. If Vader's on Sidious's level, then
trying to beat Boba Fett without even putting an effort. He's like, you're an ant. He literally ragdolled him, and the only reason Boba Fett doesn't fucking die is because there was a person of interest in a box that Vader needed, and he threw it off the cliff to get Vader to focus on that. Then he ran away.
Using Vader as an example, when Vader, while extremely weakened, was able to stave off Palpatine shooting him with his full power, Force lightning is like that's.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Wait. What are you referring to when Sidious did that?
What do you mean? What I'm referring to?
Yeah,
well, it's like
did you not read the novel?
Well, you
mean the Return of the Jedi novel where it stated that Vader hits his full potential with the light side to save his son, so he wasn't weakened? Nice lie, buddy.
Oh no,
I did read
he's weaker than ever.
Can I just
say he's weaker than ever? Dude.
Well, I'd also point out.
Until he uses the light side to overpower him,
guys,
throw him down the shaft.
But it's like as a casual.
I'm not gonna argue anymore. I have to, not because I don't want to, but because it's 5 o'clock. So I'm just gonna go. But like, it was a nice talk.
Buddy lost another argument and he's gonna get upset and make another video. That's crazy. I can't wait. Can't wait for more Comic Vine references. Buddy.
What the heck?
It's like, I'm gonna just be.
Well, we'll continue this another time, guys.
Well, I'm glad the people could see this.
Bro literally misquoted a novel, got caught lying, and then rage quit.
But it's like wild. I'm genuinely confused as to how like.
I told you that I had to leave at 5.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah, that's
See
fine.
you later. Have a nice trip, buddy.
But I'm just
all right.
Like,
see you, Gaming Rift.
From what I've interpreted from what he said, it's like, how did? It's like
that was pretty funny.
But it's like he said. Hang on, he said. He was referring to Return of the Jedi when he said that Vader injured his lightning. It's like that's
if you actually look it up in Return of the Jedi, it's described in the novelization and in the life and death of Darth Vader. Well, I think it's the rise and fall of Darth Vader. Sorry, that it's literally stated that his willingness to want to save Luke basically like got him to one with the Force, hit his full potential at that time through the light side, just to like throw Sidious down the shaft.
But
and
like,
even then he dies.
I was gonna say, like, that literally nothing but insults. Oh, fuck you. I didn't insult you once. Like, I'm gonna insult you now, because you're misrepresenting 2 of the 3 of us. But, like, you know.
Well, the reason I was insulting him was because he was
immediately...
The reason I was insulting him is because he was immediately interruptive. He wouldn't let me finish my points because he was impatient to let me finish speaking.
But it's like, all I'm gonna say is...
most of what I said.
I'm genuinely confused because in Return of the Jedi, even I know that, like, that lightning blast killed Vader. So it's like, how did he endure it? He died.
He didn't.
It's like,
he didn't.
Like, how... I'm so confused. Like, how does he endure that when it killed him?
But it just...
Yeah, he didn't.
Like,
he got amped by the light side trying to save his son, and then even then he dies, and like... It literally just delays him, so he dies a little later. That's all that happened. He didn't endure it. Like
he literally just joined and you came at him with insults. You can rewind the entire debate. I didn't insult him once. Comic Legend was fucking volatile, but I didn't insult him a single time. So
Comic Legend is the type of person that's very like he admits it. He's the asshole of the group, but that's fine. He admits it.
Well, it's like I wouldn't even call him an asshole. It's just he's cut from a different cloth. It's like he grew up surrounded by different people. It's like when you listen to like Comic Legend with like SK, for instance, it's like, you know,
he's chill.
He's not like an asshole to SK, but it's like he does give off the same energy. It's like, you know.
Well,
yeah,
it is what it is.
I kind of have a patience level. If you see me in disagreement day, usually I'll be fine with people, but if they're like genuinely stupid or thick-headed enough, eventually I'm gonna like just at least start making fun of them, which is what happened. I was just kind of making a light jab of his voice, but then when he started interrupting and not listening and strawmanning, then I'm like, okay, you're just a fucking idiot. I'm not taking this seriously.
That's
why I didn't care about like a genuine conversation, because if he's gonna sit here and say like, guys, it said Boba Fett was a threat in Dark Empire, and then I point out the obvious context that contradicts his interpretation of meaning in a fight, and how the book itself doesn't agree with him, and then he's going to ignore that, and then strawman me, then like, yeah, I'm not taking him seriously, he's an idiot.
Axiom, I just read your I just read your DM, but it's like, the problem is, it's like, even if Gebera had like put the actual scan in the chat, it's like we were still discussing it, like multiple interpretations of it. So it's like I'm so confused because it's like even my normie casual ass when it comes to Star Wars, it's like, okay, he thinks that Boba Fett can blaster fire Palpatine. It's like a weaker Vader could already like no diff dozens of blasters being fired at him in a claustrophobic environment, keep in mind, so it's not like they're gonna miss it.
And multiple blasters.
Yeah, that's what I said, like multiple guys, multiple blasters. It's like that version of Vader was like weaker than the one weaker than the specific one in Return of the Jedi. And it's like that version of Vader was weaker than Palpatine. So it's like, surely Palpatine would just, like, no-diff blaster fire as well. Like, I'm so confused.
Alright, Riff, the thing that he was talking about is...
Was this the scan? As Han speaks these fateful words, the notorious bounty hunter is being bullied by Zaskaf and Badon Fast, two Imperial Darkside warriors. In the past, the Empire has hired your services, Fett. Well, this time we'll make a different arrangement. You'll work for nothing. No thanks, my price has gone up. Listen, little man, what we're paying has gone down. We know everything about you, Fett. We know you were once an Imperial stormtrooper. You have proof you murdered your superior officer. Back off, Vader and me had an understanding. He paid me well, I got the job done.
And here's the Vader's channel, just to make sure I'm not cutting context.
Vader's authority has passed to us, bounty hunter. Should have guessed darkside power. Shall I kill him, sire? No, we need his underworld connections. Take off his helmet, I want to see his face. Is this like part 2 for the scan?
Yeah, it's the second panel.
Nuh-uh, Imperial Scum. Nuh-uh, he literally does the nuh-uh. I love it. Imperial Scum, I won't work for you. Even a Darksider should know better than to harass a fully armed bounty hunter like Boba Fett. You'll die for this, Fett. Stop him. Realizing the negotiations are over, Boba Fett dashes for his newly repaired Slave 1. I'm getting a comlink report, sir. Team 2 has found the Millennium Falcon. It's on the moon. Good. It looks like we won't need Fett's services after all. Let Fett run. We'll deal with him later. Let's go, men. I want the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, so a weak Darkside Acolyte that works under Sidious, who is so weak, in fact, because it stated that all these dark Jedi that work under Sidious and Dark Empire, Palpatine has flat out stated they're so weak in the Force they're not worthy to be his actual true apprentice, which is why he wants someone like Luke Skywalker.
And it even states
they were able to choke Boba
back.
Fett, and they were able to choke Boba Fett nearly kill him, and cause Boba to run away. He couldn't kill them. He literally had to get out of there.
Well, he even outright says, "Should I kill him?" They're like, "No, don't kill him." If they wanted him dead, they probably could have snapped his neck right there.
So it's like, I feel like that is a pretty big anti-feat that he would have to explain, because it's like, those two Muppets, not even wanting to kill him, had him dead to rights. And it's like, it's only his crazy firepower that saved him. But again, it's like, they weren't one of them wasn't even doing shit. Like, only one of them was actually attacking him.
Well, keep in mind, these are weaklings. These are very weak Force users. Like, these are fodder
they're not
Force
even Darth
users.
Maul level. Like, they're not
yeah,
even,
these are not Darth Maul. These are not fucking Qui-Gon Jinn or anything like that. These are some fucking... These are the equivalent of the fucking fodder,
Inquisitors.
Like, no, not worse than Inquisitors. They're like the pathetic-ass characters. I forgot their name. Like the Dark Jedi that work under Ragnos. Like the Cult of Ragnos guys. It's the equivalent of fighting one of those in like the Jedi Academy game.
But it's like the thing
just
that's...
a rando. They're weak.
But it's like the thing as well that's so, like, confusing, right? Is that, like, he joined and he made, like... I asked him multiple times, like, coming back to the video he made. It's like... I asked him multiple times to explain what I actually said that, you know, inspired his response, and he didn't answer me. So it's like, I genuinely don't believe him at this point. Unless someone in chat...
Well, he was also spinning some narrative about, like,
unless someone in
can't
chat
block or something.
can rewatch the Sonic and Flash video and find the exact moment I said anything to him. But it's like, I genuinely don't remember saying anything. It's like, I'm so confused right now. It's like, this is
the first thing was...
It's
he
like,
wanted to start on saying...
Go on.
Check the chat. Here's Boba Fett losing to getting physically overpowered by Chewbacca.
Yeah.
And Chewbacca, is he constant in strength? Does he get stronger, weaker?
He's about constant in strength. He's not a Force user, so it's just more of if he wants to...
Well, no, but he doesn't, like, weaken with age, like, for instance.
No.
No, I don't think he weakens, but...
No, he lives for over centuries.
He's no Vader,
like,
for
he's
sure.
lived for centuries, but... So it's like, I don't think he would weaken over time like we would.
Gotcha.
And he's obviously no Vader level or anything like that, so, like, yeah.
But it's just one of those things where he said, oh, the new Sith eclipsed the old Sith. But it's like, if we look at the old Sith from the Old Republic era, Bishop, Malgus, Malik, Revan, XR, like, all of them are not fodder to the modern era Sith. Or even the Jedi. It's like, it's not clear cut and dry of, oh, it's just a stat gap. They're clearly differently skilled. Force-wise, they're close. And it's just a matter of who actually is better than who in what category.
Rift, he's referring to the stream you made going over Archie Sonic versus Flash. Again, what did I say? Like, that's the thing. It's like, that stream was like 2.5 hours long. What did I say?
Well, he was also bringing up that, like, the clones were able to fight the Jedi. When, if you read the Revenge of the Sith novelization, it's very clear that all the Jedi's major senses are clouded by the dark side, which is why the clones even got the drop on them.
Well, I don't even think killing Jedi. I don't even think killing Jedi is impressive, especially when you consider the simple fact Jedi never go all out like the Sith do.
Also, no clone 1v1 to Jedi. That's like another problem I forgot to mention too. Like, the clones don't 1v1 them. The clones, like, outnumbered them and surrounded them and shot on all angles, or they blasted them with, like, tank shells and shit. Or, like, walkers. They weren't just one-on-one fighting Jedi. No, they were fucking overwhelming them too, while they also didn't suspect anything. Like, you saw what happened in the movie. They didn't just... Like, Commander Cody didn't 1v1 Obi-Wan. He shot a fucking tank at him just to make sure he died. Yeah,
and
without him noticing.
Some of them were in ships. Some of them were in ships and pulling back and then shooting them in the back.
Also,
yeah,
just
what is Plo Koon even supposed to do?
Also, Gebera, I'm gonna remove you from Inner Circle just because you're not part of the Inner Circle, but if you want to, like, debate another time in the actual debate channel, it's like, we can do that.
I think we were talking to the guy on the other side or whatever.
Yeah, that's the guy on the other side, yeah.
But overall, it's just I don't like this whole narrative that because people believe it's an upward curve, that Star Wars characters are just it's no different than saying that Kylo Ren beats Vader. It's like, even if Kylo got the raw power, I don't believe he has the mentality to defeat Vader.
But it's like, even with this specific argument, right, it's like, Boba Fett blasts Sidious with, the blaster fire. It's like, that same strat did nothing to Vader, even when there was loads of them. Vader's weaker than Sidious. It's like, okay, so what's gonna happen now? It's like, and then when you actually take a look at Boba Fett's accomplishments, it's like, people far weaker than Sidious were able to bully him. It's like Chewbacca was able to ambush him multiple times. It's like...
I mean, Han, even while blinded, made his jetpack malfunction Return of the Jedi, saying, Boba Fett, where? It's his jetpack and he falls into the Sarlacc pit. That's how easy it was. And
it's like, if you want to look at, Clone Wars, it's like, Sidious, whilst barely trying, was able to, beat Maul and Savage.
And it's like, if you look today, a new episode of the Maul show showed Maul fighting Vader.
And Vader is a cyborg and killed Sidious while weaker than ever. We can literally prove that, well, Liam can, that Vader was at his strongest, channeling the light side. And again, and you say he killed Sidious.
Potential.
Hang on. You say You say he killed Sidious. Sidious literally died by being thrown through the chute. It's like he died to gravity, my guy. And it's like his electrical power killed Sidious. And he killed Vader, rather. And it's like Vader endured, a portion of electricity that was insignificant compared to what Luke endured.
So Vader has admitted multiple times inferiority to Sidious. He even believed, even if he teamed up with Luke, he would still die to Sidious. You wouldn't be able to beat him, even with someone covering his
I'd also
back.
point out as well that, canonically, yeah, Vader has, a weakness to Force Lightning.
Well, in the film, what literally happens is that he comes back to the light, hits his full potential, with the body he has, not his actual full potential, because he lost that in Mustafar.
Yeah.
But his full potential during that time, threw Sidious down the shaft, and even then, he dies.
But it's like, I'd also
point... support system shut down, it couldn't sustain him, and he dies.
Even if we go by that logic, that's even worse, because that doesn't make your argument any stronger, because Boba Fett wouldn't be able to fight that version of Vader. So it's like, it still wouldn't be a good point in your favor.
I mean, this
it ignores my point anyways, because Vader wasn't weak.
Liam, can you get that scan?
He was literally toying with Boba.
Yeah, the one where Vader was at his strongest when he overcame Palpatine.
I'll even switch it up. Even if Vader was at his absolute weakest in that moment, I don't think Boba Fett can take him on, because all Vader would have to do is just force choke him. Or, break his neck there. Even with his hand removed and being fatigued after the fight with Luke, I still think Vader could kill Boba.
Pretty much. I mean, even before he became Vader, it's like Anakin could do the Force choke technique.
We even see that Vader could deflect blaster bolts even without a lightsaber.
Vader is significantly more powerful without his cybernetics. He had a higher potential, but it is specifically stated that, cybernetic Vader
is stronger than Anakin.
Yeah, it's like cybernetic Vader was more powerful than Revenge of the Sith Anakin. That is confirmed. Get the scan that he was at his full potential. Yeah, Liam, do you have that scan, my guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it. It's always harder to find scans for
I'll just say this.
Novels.
No matter
because I have to get the actual shit in the novel.
But even if we shift the argument to the new Sith versus the old Sith, it's how are the old Sith weaker? And when I say that, I'm assume say they're around a similar ballpark. How are the old Sith inferior to the new Sith in every way? Saber wise, force wise, all that. Because just assume for instance there is you just don't consider there's that gap, and it's just more of how much is their knowledge in the Force and how skilled are they with the lightsaber.
the cybernetics were a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's like Vader was stronger, but he also had more weaknesses. So it's like, it kind of like... Basically. But it's like, there was that, like, epic comic run where, like, full-power Darth Vader, he, like, soloed, like, everyone.
Yeah, and that was him at his hypothetical best.
Yeah, basically.
I think I might have gotten it slightly wrong, actually, because, this is AI overview that's telling me this, in fairness, but it's telling me that through raw strength and dark side hatred, so he was amped by the dark side, apparently, when he threw down Sidious.
Well, it's like light or dark, it doesn't really matter. It's like...
Well,
the point is he was amped. He wasn't weakened,
it's like,
he was amped.
Can you, like, screenshot that and put it in a circle?
Yeah, sure, I can do it. I mean, it's the AI overview describing it, but, you know, I can try and find the novelization later.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll just simply say, it doesn't matter if he's amped or weakened, because the argument's still the same. Even a weakened Vader can defeat Palpatine, and yet a Vader holding back can body Boba.
The Return of the Jedi novelization, written by James Caan, explains that Darth Vader survived the initial onslaught of Sidious's lightning through raw strength and dark side hatred, but his ultimate survival and immediate subsequent death was driven by his redemption back to the light side.
Yeah, so the dark side, like, kept them alive long enough to endure the lightning. Like, he got a dark side amp. I'm assuming because of, like, rage and hatred for Sidious trying to kill his son or something, and then the moment he accepted the light, like, you know, he just kills him.
Yeah.
So I guess I was a little wrong there, I'll concede to that, because I always thought it was that...
You thought it was the light side that amped him, but it was probably the dark side.
I mean, either way, like, he still lied. He tried to say Vader was weakened. That's just
if anything, I'd say that the dark side amping him makes it better, because, you know, the whole thing that the whole
side literally makes you more powerful.
Well, no, it's like
the more pain you feel,
it's like narratively speaking, it's like he fucked everything up by embracing his dark side, and now he can finally save his son by embracing his dark side. I don't know. It's like a nice parallel.
I also want to bring up, if you consider what the Force Unleashed 2 has, like, feats stats given Vader, we know that Vader has altered his cybernetics and his suit to be more lightning resistant over the years. So if anything, the suit probably helped a little bit instead of hindered.
Plus, I would even think without Force augmentations, like, Vader would be stronger than Sidious. Like, if they're both not Force augmenting.
But it's like, when he said like earlier, hang on, just to make sure I'm not misinterpreting his statement. Bear with me. He said it was like the weakest version of Vader, right?
Who did?
Gebera, hang on.
It's actually funny, there's multiple statements that Vader was at his strongest in Return of the Jedi. It's also said he's conflicted when he was fighting Luke.
Yeah, it's like there's even...
That's not Sidious, that's when he's fighting his son.
Vader was nerfed from falling in the lava. Well, that's a misconception. Vader lost his raw potential when, like, his body burned on Mustafar. But through, like, years of training, not only did he just master more lightsaber forms of combat, but also he just naturally surpassed, like, what he was previously capable of. So it's like Darth Vader would beat Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker in a fight. Peak Anakin Skywalker, that's different. But the younger, canonical Anakin Skywalker, Vader is more powerful.
Well, if we take George Lucas statements, I don't like using George Lucas statements. George Lucas said Anakin at his absolute peak would be twice as powerful as Sidious, but as Vader, he can only reach 80% of Sidious's total power. Which is to say he's close, but not that close.
I'd also, like, hang on, he submitted something from the Return of the Jedi script. At that instant, Vader sprang up and grabbed the Emperor from behind, pinning Palpatine's upper arms to his torso, weaker than he'd ever been. Vader had lain still in these last few minutes, focusing his very fiber on being this one concentrated act, the only action possible, his last if he failed.
Is that the script or the novelization?
No, that's the script.
Okay, so that's not...
Script only gives you so much.
We're talking about Legends continuity. That would be the novel, and in the novel, it says he's amped. So you're using a different continuity.
Well, it's just like, regardless, again, weakened or amped, Vader would still body Boba Fett.
But it's like,
At
even
most,
the...
you could say George Lucas intended for him to be weakened when that happened. That's not what Legends is telling you. And there's
like,
too many.
Can I just ask a?
Legends that tell you
It's like, hang on. Can I just ask a genuine question, right? So, number one, like, that script was obviously made decades before Revenge of the Sith. So it's like, it's already potentially, like, shaky. But do you unironically expect Return of the Jedi Vader, right? Do you unironically expect him to be worse than the crippled Anakin who had, like, no limbs left after being burnt on Mustafar? Because that is still Darth Vader. Like, do you
I'll go farther with this.
Like,
I'll go farther with this. Does the script ever describe that Palpatine was using his full power of his Force lightning on Vader? Because I know the novelization says that, but the novelization says Vader was amped. So does the script say that? Because if not, then I could just argue the script's interpretation is Sidious was using his weaker Force lightning, which we know because he's torturing Luke. He doesn't want to immediately kill him, so he didn't use his full power on.
Well,
Vader.
no. I'm just gonna ask a genuine yes or no question. Do you think that Return of the Jedi Darth Vader is weaker than this twat?
No.
My man's literally burning, missing almost all of his limbs, defenseless with no weapons. Do you really think Return of the Jedi Vader is weaker than this guy?
And
especially if it's the script that's saying that, which the scripts are written in a way that's supposed to be exaggeratory because it's telling a narrative and a story. That's not really power scaling. Versus the novelization, which describes their power level at the moment. It's more logic-based instead of emotional-based, because it could just be, you know, making it seem more epic than it really is, because that's how scripts are written.
I'd also,
as in pain as he's ever felt before. It's like, that's not anything. That's
I'd also point out as well that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show actually makes this even worse, because that version of Vader, not only was he just far weaker in general, but it's like, fucking Kenobi left his suit, like, malfunctioning. So it's like, do you think a far weaker Vader with a malfunctioning suit is stronger than the strongest version of Vader with a fully functioning suit? Huh?
That's also another thing people don't realize. You know, like, there's always going to be contradictory evidence and statements for Star Wars because Star Wars is a growing franchise. He's using something that was made before the prequels were even a thing.
Well, no, I'm also
the novelization and the follow-up novelizations, like the Rise and Fall of Darth Vader, that subscribe to the fact that Vader wasn't, like, weak.
Well, no, it's like, you can say that what Liam is saying is an excuse, but it's like, yes or no, do you think Return of the Jedi Vader was weaker than this guy? Because this guy, within the context of Star Wars, was still Darth Vader. Like,
I like how it's an excuse that I'm literally pointing out that the script contradicts what the novel says, which is actual Legends continuity.
But it's like, I'm asking a simple yes or no question, and I'm not getting an answer. It's like, if you unironically think that this guy is stronger than the Vader in Return of the Jedi, like, you're an idiot. Like, this guy was literally a fetus on the floor. He had, like, no limbs. He had, like, nothing.
I also find it funny that he's saying that I'm making an excuse when he doesn't even have an excuse for Boba getting ragdolled by Sidious's weak minions. He just pretends it didn't happen.
I think Gebera is saying that Return of the Jedi Vader is the weakest he's been in the trilogy. Yeah, and that's entirely my point, because, well, no, Axiom, what my point is that the script has been invalidated by newer material. That's what I'm saying. Hang on. Within the context of the original trilogy, yeah, he could very well have been the weakest he's ever been. That's fair. But the problem is that was back in the 70s, 80s. Now we've got new media, and we see Vader as a fucking vegetable on the lava-kissed shores of Mustafar. And I'm asking a genuine question. Is this vegetable stronger than Return of the Jedi Darth Vader? and I'm not getting an answer. Like, we have more context now.
It's a yes or no.
And the context invalidates the script. That's what I'm saying.
It ultimately doesn't matter because we're using a script that is made at the time versus information that has stayed to the test of time for the continuity of Legends to this day. That script is a description that isn't even official, like, content of the Star Wars universe you're supposed to read. Like, it's there for you to, like, learn about the movie or so. It's not literally the novel. The novel is the consumable version of the story that you're meant to experience for the continuity that isn't literally the movie itself, that gives you the extra details. And the novelization is telling you he was amped, not weakened.
No, I agree. Obviously, Return of the Jedi Vader is stronger than this Vader. Right, so that automatically renders the script as inaccurate or false. Because that said that Vader was the weakest he'd ever been. Which, might have been true at one point, but it's not true anymore.
I think
that's the point I'm making.
I think the most likely conclusion is just George Lucas clearly changed his mind. He probably wanted him to be at his weakest in the script, but when the novel came out, he was okay with it being that Vader got amped. Because he sanctioned it. He was okay with that novelization coming out, which is the official novelization of the movie. So George Lucas 100% subscribes to what the novel says to this day, and that novel hasn't been contradicted in further EU lore before, Disney came along. So as far as it is shown in the actual continuity, through actual content and evidence, he was amped. I'm sorry to tell you, but you can cope all you want with a script that isn't even, official, content versus the actual novel, but, I don't know, man.
But when it comes to Legends, George Lucas may not consider it his universe, but he still has to okay everything in Legends. He has to be the person you're allowed to have this in.
But it's I'm not even. Hang on.
If you want to go that George doesn't consider it his universe, that adds to our argument. If we're talking about Legends, he was amped.
Well, no, I'm just gonna ask a simple yes or no question from Gebera. Considering half an hour ago he said he had to go, but he's still here. Strange, isn't it? I'm gonna ask a simple yes.
It's almost like he actually ran away.
Hang on. I'm gonna ask you a simple yes or no question, and I want a yes or no
Liam,
answer.
Do you have to get going, so?
Hang on.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
All right,
for real.
So
and I'm actually not gonna be in the comments coping.
Hang on, stay. All right, take care, Liam. But I'm gonna end the stream soon because I actually have to sleep and work tomorrow. I'm gonna ask you a simple yes or no question. Do you unironically think that this vegetable, who isn't even capable of picking up Darth Sidious, do you think he is weaker than... do you think he is weaker than Return of the Jedi Darth Vader? Just a simple yes or no question. Do you think this guy is stronger or weaker than original trilogy Vader? I just want a yes or no, because it's we don't need any other media, I'm just asking a simple question. Yeah, take care, Axiom. Bye, Gaming Rift. Yeah, take care, dude. I mean, I'm not going off just, this second, but... I'm hearing crickets.
Either he's here or he isn't.
But this is the same question I asked, fucking 10 minutes ago at this point. I still haven't got an answer.
Not a single yes or no. It's a simple yes or no.
That's a defeated I don't give a flying fuck. Is this guy stronger or weaker, yes or no?
Answer the damn question, yes or no.
Because you bringing up context doesn't actually defend whether the script is canon or, reliable. If anything, it can prove the opposite. So I'm asking a genuine question. The script says that Vader was weaker than he'd ever been in his life. Was he weaker than this point in his life, yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
And it shouldn't take this long to answer it.
The fact that you're actually struggling to give me an answer, in my opinion, renders you pretty invalid when it comes to credibility on this topic. Like, this is a common sense answer. Why? I'm gonna ask this same question to everyone in chat. Is this twat weaker or stronger?
Stop bringing up the... Oh,
I'm going by what the script says. Yeah, and we're arguing whether the script is legit. Is Return of the Jedi Darth Vader weaker than this guy here?
Yes or no?
The same motherfucker who doesn't even have enough limbs to pick up Palpatine, let alone fight him.
Hey, Riff, they're saying the novel says Vader's weaker now. That he's not amped, but that's irrelevant. We're still asking this question.
I'm asking you a genuine common sense question, dude. Like, the fact that you're unironically struggling to answer this is pretty laughable, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Axiom. I understand that they are saying that Return of the Jedi... Oh my god. I understand that they say he is weaker than he had ever been in Return of the Jedi. And I'm asking, is he weaker than this moment in his life? I understand exactly what you are trying to say. And I am asking you, is he weaker than he was here? My man couldn't even pick up a lightsaber to fight Luke. He didn't have enough fucking arms to pick up Palpatine. Like, I'm asking you a question.
That's hilarious. Answer the question.
Because you're still not understanding my overall point. Because within the context of Revenge of the... within the context of Return of the Jedi, that came out in, like, the early 80s, right? Like, 20 years before Return of Revenge of the Sith.
Can I also just say, this whole argument doesn't make sense, because I even said earlier, Vader, even at his weakest in Return of the Jedi, even if he wasn't amped, would probably still kill Boba. Like, I keep saying this, and I feel like he goes out one year.
I feel like you're just committing a not appealing to authority, or whatever that fallacy's called. Axiom got the scan and you're still denying this, and I'm asking...
That's not what we're asking.
Well, no, I'm explaining why. This is not what you're understanding, because within the context of the Return of the Jedi script, he could very well have been at his weakest in the trilogy. That's fine. But I'm asking, now that we have new context, new media, okay, do you unironically think that that version of Vader is weaker than this vegetable? Because here's the thing, right? Like,
I feel like no one's listening.
Because by your logic, right? Shit can never be outdated. Like, by your entire logic. Because, let me bring you a simple comparison, right? You know DC. You know how shit gets retconned, right? New stuff invalidates the old stuff. In certain contexts. Not always, but sometimes new stuff invalidates old stuff. It's the same thing here. Like... Because the exact scan, right? I'll show it again. Darth Vader, in this instance, had been weaker than he had ever been.
Is that true on the whole?
Weaker than this moment. It's bullshit.
It's a like, absolution.
That's the whole point I'm making.
We're talking about. We're talking about is Vader, based on the script, weaker than the vegetable in Mustafar? Yes or no? You still have yet to even answer that. Oh, and by the way, regardless.
Also, what you're saying. Also, your recent comment is completely irrelevant because this is canon to the first 3 films. Riff, the novel came out after Return of Revenge of the Sith. If that's the case, then he is a complete retard, because there's no freaking way that version of Vader is weaker than this guy. Like,
also, he said that
it's just not happening. I'm sorry.
Imperial statements that are literally the most outdated sources after Lucas made. We're not talking about the Old Republic, and even if we were, the Old Republic is still being like updated today.
Yeah, I totally believe. I feel like this is why the death of the author fallacy exists. Because according to him, the same guy who took an L to Obi-Wan Kenobi, a weaker Kenobi I might add, is stronger than the guy who was able to fight the most enraged Luke Skywalker whilst holding back. That's amazing.
Again, Riff, they're basically saying you're all wrong, and I don't understand. We're not asking about the novel. We're trying to criticize.
Well, no, Axiom agrees with me. He literally said earlier he agrees with me. And he's saying that the novel is saying that Vader is the weakest he had ever been in the original trilogy or in the film. Death of the Author is a 99% cope. I think the real cope is you saying you had to be somewhere 40 minutes ago and yet your ass is still here. I think that's the only cope I'm hearing right now.
You don't see Comic Legend stroking you.
Yeah, like... I think that's the only cope I'm hearing right now.
Like, just the mere fact this guy thinks Boba Fett can defeat a Sith Lord is baffling to me.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm outside in the street, you want me to VC in traffic? Well, I mean, you're clearly texting in traffic, so you're clearly playing chicken with your life.
Isn't it better to VC than to text?
I mean, if you're in traffic, I want you to get the fuck off YouTube and pay attention to the traffic so you don't get killed. But, you know.
It's May the 4th, dude. Jesus.
I mean, at this point, I've got my answer. Like...
Oh, Axiom doesn't agree with you, Rift. He agrees with this guy.
No, he agrees with me. He said I don't agree with Revenge of... Fuck me. Oh. Why are they so similar? He said he doesn't agree that Return of the Jedi Vader is weaker than this vegetable. So no, he agrees with me. Like...
Yeah, he just says that he's the weakest he's been in that movie, which is fine.
Like, Gebero's riding his meat, meanwhile Axiom literally is riding my meat, so... We got chin scaling and I'm still on top, so that's quite funny.
Wait, no one can hear me while I'm texting. Jesus Christ, gaming. What?
I am the bread in this moron sandwich. No one can hear me while texting. Good. Text
Everyone
quieter.
Can see you
like,
while
what?
Texting. Everyone can see you texting, dude. Everyone can hear you in VC if you were in VC still.
No, I think what he's referring to is background noise, but I mean, it is what it is.
But regardless, it's just like, this whole argument stems from the fact that you don't believe that other Force users can't combat Force users, yet you're willing to say a non-Force user beats a Force user. That's what this ends up being.
Oh boy. Background noise, you jackass. Yeah, I literally said background noise, you illiterate cunt. Don't be rude. Like, what are you on about? I literally said background noise. But yeah, all I'm gonna say, dude, if you want to debate, like, another time, that's fine. I don't mind, you know... I don't mind asking you simple questions that you're unable to answer with a yes or no. And also, if you want to, like, expose me again and do, like, debunks on Sonic stuff, go right ahead. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, it is what it is. That being said, for the rest of everyone here that actually has lives, yeah, we are going to be ending the stream. So yeah. Thank you for everyone being here. The support for the stream earlier, God, seems like another lifetime ago that we watched the Gru versus Megamind thing. It was actually quite interesting. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I don't know. I'm not overly knowledgeable on either character. I'm just a Megamind enjoyer. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that being said, you won't see any content from me tomorrow because I have one hell of a long day ahead of me. So yeah. Wednesday is the next time you'll see me for either videos, streams, or shorts, or all of the above. With that being said, I thank you all for watching, and as always, goodbye.